Oh man, we back in the building. It's your boy D Friend. Let me do a check real quick. Bryce looking a little laggy. Let me make sure our shit looking right, looking good. We in the build absolutely sure podcast. We here every week, every Wednesday. Make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. If you're currently watching on, I think I actually did it. Yeah, we're on. We're live. All right. If you want to be a part of the chat, most likely you need to go to the Absolutely Unsure channel. I think I went live on both them hoes, my channel and this channel. But if you want to get into the chat, you can see it on the chat. But if you want to see it, we're gonna be in the Absolutely Unsure channel as well. Got a lot of things going on today. Bryce, you got any good things before we get started?
Hey man, I'm on my Kevin Samuels 12-hour work week, and I'm happy, man. I've been trying to find 2 jobs, but them hoes be bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. Interview processes, you got to go through a bunch of them for no goddamn reason, even though they know you the best candidate. Then they don't call you back. All that
Hey, maybe you're not the
fun,
best
good
candidate
stuff.
for him.
Hey, nah, hey man, I know what I be doing in them interviews. I be impressing.
Blue Madlock in the building.
I be impressing and knowing what the fuck. Hey, look, man, I'm in the restaurant industry. It ain't like I was going to a motherfucking bank and was like, let me be a manager in this motherfucker. We talk about restaurants, baby. But I got a little job at another place, which honestly pay a lot more than the first one, but I'm gonna keep both of them because.
Well, my good thing for the week is I finally hit that 1,000 subs on the other channel. I feel good about it. I ain't gonna lie to you because I hit that 1,000 subs just off me talking. You know what I'm saying? This channel right here, I got to 7,000 subs. I was like reacting to fucking K-pop shit, reacting to fucking Filipino singers and bullshit like that. That's how this channel grew so goddamn fast. But just me doing what the fuck I wanted over there. 1,000 subs on the D Friend show. I salute to that. Now I gotta wait for monetization. I thought as soon as you hit 1,000 subs, you get the monetize. I hit the watch hour time. I hit the subs. I'm like, oh shit, we going green. Oh, you have to wait over a month for them to fucking process your goddamn application. I'm like, bitch, y'all see me on here for the past 5 months grinding shit out. Y'all know what's going on. I hit 1,000. I hit the 4,000 hours. Green. Not wait a month to see if the shit can. I ain't got time for that shit.
Yeah. Hey, Trail.
I gotta wait till June.
Hey, Trail. I don't work with nowhere they serve burgers, big dog. We too high class for that. Okay. Burgers.
Anyways, I was thinking about interacting with the chat tonight, maybe letting niggas come on again. But I ain't gonna lie, last time we let niggas on, we stuck on one topic the whole damn show.
Y'all niggas coming at the end.
I couldn't even make no clips. I was trying to make clips. I'm like, we talking mainstream for 3 hours.
I made some clips, but y'all
made some clips, but it's all like around like mainstream and album sales and this and that. But maybe we'll bring niggas in for their opinions on shit later on in the show. Y'all niggas stick around. But regardless, hey man, we gotta get to it. It's over. It's over. Your boy T Lanez, he looking at 22. The judge said no new trial. And if we did do a new trial, the outcome most likely would be the same for you. Your thoughts, your reaction of one of Tory Lanez's strongest warriors.
Hey man, the fight ain't never over. I know you said he got like a less than 1% chance of actually getting an appeal, but I also feel like when you throw those type of percentages out there, how many of those people actually did do the shit? How many of those people didn't have good lawyers? How many of those people didn't have the finances when it makes that percentage? So I feel like out of all cases, he may be able to be fitting to that percentage. Obviously, it's a very, very small percentage, and that would look kind of crazy. Looking on the outside, it's like, are you really going to wish on that? But I said, looking at his circumstances, I could see him being able to take it to the next court, which I kind of felt like might have happened anyways, because this is such a high-profile case. An appeal from the same court is basically going to be like, well, yeah, we fucked up, essentially. And I just, human ego, bro. That's just rare, especially when you're only, 2-3 months removed from the case. I can see if it was 5 years down the line, maybe some new people in there and things like that. This shit just happened. These are the same people that just convicted him. These are the same people that just pulled all the tricks and shenanigans, how I feel, on this dude. So it's kind of to be expected. So now, if we truly feel like the original shit was bullshit and all that, and shenanigans was being played, and of course they weren't gonna really back down on their shenanigans and they doubled down with the appeal, we gotta hope that that same shenanigans won't be played in another court. And at that rate, that's probably the only way we probably could even get a chance to maybe get him out of there as far as freeing him. So Outside of that, and I'll let you get your shit off. I honestly feel
Keep going. I just got to plug up something. You got
he
it.
may get about, respectfully, he only should get like 5 years. He may get about
Okay.
8 to 10. But I literally only, if he get 5, I only see him serving about 2 or 3. He get 8, I see him serving about 3 or 4. And at the end of the day, I want to ask you this before you get your shit off. Is that really the end of his career when we seen like people like Bobby Smurder get a chance to try to come back? He ain't do shit with it.
Okay, I'm about to say that's not a good example, but I feel what you're saying.
We gave him a platform to do something. He just ain't do
Yeah,
shit.
he didn't execute.
Twerk.
I got to feel you.
It was twerk. So if Tory was really out for 3 to 4 years, maybe 5 years, is that really a death sentence on his music career?
I think a big deal of him not being able to come to America. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Like, you can't come to America ever again. Oh, we back? We here? Am I good? Am I good?
Yeah, I see you. You good on my side.
All right. Let me make sure. Hold on before I get in my shit. Your thing frozen. Hold on. Let's make sure we good real quick. And then we're going to pop into it. Let me make sure because it did some weird shit. Oh, no, we good. Okay. I just can't see you moving, but they can see moving. Regardless, what was I saying? Oh, we can't come to America. I think that's a big deal by not being able to come to America. I think that's a big deal. And also, the support he was getting beforehand wasn't so massive that you think it's gonna, correlate 3, 4, 5 years from now. Like to make him, whatever you think he could become. Don't do that, Trill. Now I gotta be on top.
Me personally, yeah, that's wild. But me personally, I get what you're saying. I would say I feel like he's maybe garnering even more fans and more support. Let's not say fans. I think he's garnered more support than he probably had in the beginning of the trial. Once the trial actually set off into stuff like that, I feel like he had more support. At least that's what I seen. So I let's be real. How many niggas was really waiting for Bobby Smurder to come back?
But how many niggas gonna be waiting for Tory Lanez to come back?
I think Tory fan base was already bigger than the Bobby, and Bobby welcome back was pretty decent. So it wasn't like many niggas was checking for him when he left. So he only literally had like 1 song out or 2 songs out. So I feel like he gonna get at least a chance to try to drop music and to acknowledge your initial statement. It will be tough not being able to be in America as far as like touring and things like that. But maybe you try to be international. Maybe you tear Canada up for the rest of your life. Till maybe you get some type of pardon from a president, which would be kind of hard considering you're not even
that'd be Bryce's life mission. I think about to become president. Tory Lanez could come back to the States. That's gonna be his first. Bryce gonna be at the desk first. They gonna say, "I have a major." He gonna do an American announcement. He gonna say, "Emergency meeting, America. As my first executive order as president of these United States, we'll welcome our good Canadian brother Tory Lanez back into this country. He has been not objectified. He has been wrongly accused for the past 20 years." And now our good brother can come back to America and be with the people.
Facts. I'm gonna have my paperwork ready like Trump did. He was like, flip the page.
Sign that motherfucker. That's gonna be your first damn signature. No, Milagro gonna be your secretary. What's that? What's the person that talks to the president? No, not the press secretary. She's gonna be your press secretary. Oh man, y'all niggas wild. But regardless, back to what we're saying. So I think that that's gonna be detrimental. I don't know how his career is gonna do. I feel like the fans that rock with him are gonna rock with him still. Whenever he does get out of jail, it's not gonna be what it could have been. Like I said, what it could have been, if none of this would have happened, he could have became a star, like a bigger star than he already was. Now it's gonna be very minimal when he gets out. It's gonna be a lot of noise when he gets out. Oh shit, Tory Lanez is free. But on the music tip, I don't see, the big.
You know what's crazy?
That's gonna happen in regards to him.
I would agree with you. I don't see him becoming a superstar, but I could see him being right back on the track that he was on. As far as like his music, it never was like.
No, I think he'll make money. Of course, he's gonna make a lot of money.
Still. But I don't think his music gonna be consistently in the radio. I don't think it needs to be all that for him to kind of get back to where he was, because let's think about like the years when Ron fucked with him and we was used to talk shit. It wasn't like it was like a huge like conversation around his name, but people knew about him. He was respected in the game. He made good music, and every once in a while he'll have a hit that everybody know and fuck with. I feel like that could be just his path. Maybe he go back to the it'll be years down the fucking line, but maybe he does some type of radio shit again, or whatever.
I
And
mean,
then
if he get another say it, they can't deny say it.
Yeah.
Can't deny that.
maybe the nigga do a tell all. Maybe that's what he do when he get out.
Oh, it's too late for tell-alls, nigga. You should have been telling all that motherfucking stand.
Nah, it's
That's
never too late.
That's what you should have been telling all, nigga. You should don't tell me now you've been in prison for 9 years. You should have been on that damn stand telling all.
Yeah, if he in prison for 9 years, that's probably something crazy. But if let's say he get 5-year sentence or something like that, and he end up being in there for 2 or 3 years, say he don't say nothing in jail because obviously talking in jail not gonna really get you a big buzz like that, and he wait to talk till you get out. That can garner the conversation, and then it's always like I said with Roy and Marlon back in the day. You have a conversation around you. Now it's about how you capitalize on it and build on it from there. So maybe go back to Tory Lanez radio, which I said is going to be years from now. But we've seen that he could be entertaining. So my thing is, I guess I should be saying at any era for this to happen, it's the best era for it to happen to, because we're in a social media age where we could see him on social media and not so much in person, which could keep him having a buzz at least.
Yeah. So let's get to the. I don't know if that's the facts, but let's get to the nitty gritty. The lawyer who prosecuted him, Alexander Bott, he was outside of the courtroom. He said that Tory Lanez will get a minimum of 9 years. So the 2-4 years, it could happen still, but that's all up to the judge. But according to the law, it's a minimum of 9 years. Then he has the possibility of enhancements for having a semi-automatic firearm, which he said could get you 3, 5, or 10 years added to your sentence. So possible,
I just be so fucking frustrated. I'm gonna let you get your shit off, bro.
I'm just doing it. So it's just like that's what he said. 9 years minimum, right? Obviously 22 years, I guess, max, with enhancements of 3, 5, or 10 years, depending on how they want to do it. But like he said, the judge can kind of throw out certain things if he wants to, and either lessen it, or I don't think he can extend it past 22, but he can lessen it if he felt the need or if he wants to do that. So it's all up to the judge as far as shortening the time. But if the judge goes off what the sentencing guidelines are from the prosecutors, they'll probably do 9 years minimum. I ain't gonna lie. They feel like it's probably a public trial. They don't want to be. They already feel like they're looked at a bad way, so they don't want to look that crazy. I say they probably recommend the 9, and maybe his team recommends like 5, and maybe the judge meets in the middle and says, "I will give you 7." Yeah, and
if he get 9,
and even Warder saying I'm smiling, bro. I've done plenty of videos about this since the trial. I said I don't even think 9 years sounds crazy for something that's for me as a toss up. Like I said all the time, like once the trial started, like before that, like I think he's guilty. He can still be guilty, but the way y'all prosecuted him, I'm like, all right, bro, I don't like that. The main thing with me is the Kelsey shit. If your witness get on the stand and say, I lied, and then you play her tape and you want me to take that seriously, like, oh well, okay, well she said this. No, motherfucker, she just stood in front of me, said she lied. And the thing about it is, she said she lied. She had immunity. So at the point she had immunity, she didn't have to say she lied. She could just kept, yeah, I did that. So she took immunity. She has nothing to lose. And then she told her she lied. So that would make you really seem like she's
and she pleaded the fifth.
That would make you say like she's telling the truth more on the stand, because now she has immunity, right? She's telling her she lied because now she has nothing to lose. She could just sat back and say, hey, what I said in September, that was the truth. Tell her she lied.
Bro, it was so
I didn't mean that. I didn't say that. Oh, I didn't see that. And then to take out that her and Meg got into a physical altercation, like a real fight.
That they lied about.
Like that don't matter. That matters. If I'm a juror, that matters. Like, hold on. They got into a what? Why would I talk about that?
Shit like that matters. He seen her go get a gun.
So like I said, if I see Tory get 9 years, I'm like, that's wild. Like 9 years is crazy for this type of trial. Like, I get it. He got convicted, so they got to give him some type of time. But 9 years to me is like, bro, usually people, usually like a swimmer raped a girl behind a trash can. He got 6 months. Usually people getting 3 years probation for raping people. Do it like, bro, I get it. If he shot her, he shot her.
First time offense too.
If he shot her, he shot her. But the way the trial went, I don't feel comfortable with it. Like I said, it's not my decision to guilty, innocent, to make the trial, to make the sentencing. But just me looking at it, you see, imagine you see Tory Lanez sentenced to 15 years in prison, 19 years in prison. That's like, God damn.
Yeah, that's over with.
That should be scary. Like I said, he has accountability. Maybe if he didn't really do it, maybe he should have took the stand. Maybe that bodyguard shouldn't have came the last fucking day. He should have been there the day. I said this on my episode, or my little clip I did earlier. If I didn't do it, and my bodyguard was there, you gonna get on that motherfucking stand. You gonna say, because you was there from point A to point B. You drove them away. You drove them back. You was there when they fought. You was there when the shots. If I didn't do it, motherfucker, you telling everybody everything. Yes, Kelsey shot the gun. She came in, grabbed it under the thing, grabbed the bag, shot Meg. Like, I'm not leaving nothing up to chance with the justice system. Maybe that's Canadian arrogance. He think, I'm Canadian, whatever. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. He maybe ain't been in America long enough. They not
Now
playing with
with the
shit.
bodyguard, I think it was a little bit of every. I think it could have been some ignorance on his side. I think some persecution was playing some games. The prosecution was playing some games because it was just weird how he showed up on the last
Tory,
day.
but he came in with Tory.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, regardless of the fact, that was weird because if he should have been subpoenaed by the court first of all. Like fuck no last day shit. He should have been subpoenaed, been hand statements like that. Like
if a prosecutor doesn't call a witness to the stand, what did it give you a red flag? Like why don't the prosecution want this nigga to talk? If they're not looking for this nigga, I'm definitely putting his ass on the stand because there's a reason y'all don't want him to talk. If I'm Tory's defense team,
that's a good point. But
why the prosecution don't want the who was literally driving? He could corroborate when they drove from Kylie's house, why they went back to Kylie's house. He could give you every bit of the timeline leading up to the shots being fired. And even when the witness, the white guy who was watching, says they thought they was gonna throw Meg in the ditch. Okay, you may have been a part of a crime right here, so we need to bring your ass in.
That's my point exactly. The court, you can say it wasn't the prosecution playing games. Somebody was fucking up because Quan is the bodyguard, right? Never even had a statement. He never even had a statement that was on record for us to even talk about in court. That like all of that shit is weird. Why did the prosecution never even get a statement? Fuck even putting him on the court. I mean on the stand. So it's just a lot of weird shit. And then the shit that frustrated me earlier when he was going down like enhancements and things like that, they never even proved that it was his gun. So
he did say outside. He said they don't have to prove that it was his gun. They just have to prove that he shot the gun.
But my thing is about not being able to come back to America is like you possess the gun and you like possessed is a word that we can all kind of like maybe get a different understanding from. But when I hear possessed, I think you mean own the gun. That wasn't his ownership. You couldn't even DNA say that it was like on it. So when it's shit like that, it's like how the fuck are you gonna try to add enhancements and that wasn't even like 100% proven in court? Like it's just weird how they can get that shit off. Like
it's a legal system, man. They just tack shit on. It's like I don't know. Like I said, maybe Tory thought he was good. Maybe he thought people would think like, well, she just said this on the stand, but now she's saying this. Maybe they had reasonable doubt. Maybe that's what he thought. Maybe he thought he could get away with it. Maybe that's just some arrogance. Because like I said, even how he was kind of doing shit leading up to the trial, and I get it. He wanted to speak his piece because Meg was saying what she was saying. She was doing what she was saying. But like people look at that. I saw a bunch of comments like he didn't show no, whatever. Going into it, he was showing all ego. You think I'm gonna have sympathy for him now? Like I'm not feeling that way. I'm saying that's how people feel about it.
What y'all mean all ego?
It's like the way he was talking. Girl, you was mad because I fucked you and your friend. That like I don't know, just things he was doing. They felt like it was distasteful. Like him and the babies. Like I
want to see y'all in the situation when somebody talking shit in y'all life on the line. Because I had a very similar situation in response where I felt a certain vitriol to somebody.
You would have got on the motherfucking stand. You wouldn't have left that shit up to chance.
Yeah, I mean, but they also wouldn't have all this fucking bullshit against me though.
Myself, I wasn't in the situation, but I was at the situation. And if I had prevalent information, nigga, I would have been on this. Like I'm acting like I'm the bodyguard. I'd have been right there. Hey, this happened. This happened next. Boom, boom, boom.
Now, I get that. Nigga didn't do it. I'm more speaking to just how people talking about he got ego. They're like, that's just bullshit. To me, that's all I'm saying. Because let y'all be in that situation, somebody accusing y'all of some shit y'all know y'all didn't do, bro. You're not gonna be humble. You're gonna have some vitriol, especially when especially like say my situation, how I looked at it at the time. It's the dude and the cheerleader. Already, that's gonna be like some situation where historically these dudes don't look good upon. Then I'm a black dude. She valedictorian, all these different things in my mind.
She got this family that seems kind of,
all these different things. Yeah, I think involved in some type of courses. I don't know. All these different things going through my mind. It's like this shit is going. I'm gonna probably lose this. Like if
I think I called you Bryce Lanez. That's crazy.
If I feel like just like any other situation, maybe the judges could believe it, the prosecution could believe it, and then what? Then what? But fortunately, I had somebody as not the prosecution, but the investigator. I'm assuming he did his work or he did it.
He wasn't making no damn sense, pretty much.
Yeah, because how he interrogated me, if he did the same thing to her, I'm pretty sure he got whatever the fuck I was crying. I was crying. I was crying all the way up to the bitch. I was crying all the way up to the police precinct. So
No, I'm pushing.
nah, nigga,
Nigga, I was crying when I got arrested for stealing that little shirt. Nigga, I said, please don't take me to jail. Please, I was crying like a motherfucking baby. Nigga, like, please come on, bro. Y'all got this shit back. You ain't gotta take me to jail. Nigga, I'm 60. I'm a dumbass kid. I was crying like a goddamn baby.
don't tell my mama. That
Bro, I'm
nigga
like,
know.
bro, please don't call my mom. I'm like, who the fuck else they gonna call? And at the time, my sister wasn't 18, but if she was 18, I could have called her. She could came pick me up, but she wasn't 18 at the time. So I had to call my mom. I was like, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Who you damn right. I told everything. What the fuck you mean snitching?
He probably told D-Fred was there, nigga. Don't put my name in them. He was there. He could corroborate. Oh, he was giving them all the names, nigga. He gave up every name. Didn't nobody come talk to me, but that nigga definitely gave up every name that was there. He was trying to definitely say, "Now fuck that, you about to get me."
I think they already knew that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I would have been like, if they'd asked me, I'd been up front. Cause I feel like one person did get questioned. Didn't what's his name get questioned?
Who?
Fox. Didn't Fox? They talked to Fox.
I don't know.
I
I
could
have no
swear.
idea.
Maybe he was lying. You know that nigga be lying. I don't know. Maybe he lied.
I
But
know he said he
anyways,
was scared. He ain't want nobody to talk to him. I don't know if he actually did get talked to. Fox was like, bro,
hey,
I ain't
bro,
gonna.
what happened? I think you was there. What you mean? What happened? I don't fucking know.
Fox ass was like, I'm too scared. I don't want to say
That
nothing.
nigga was gonna throw you under the bus. I think he was going home. But regardless, y'all don't know that nigga, so we gonna get into it. But regardless, Tory Lanez, it ain't looking good. Sentencing is in June. He's looking at 9 to 22, just based on the court. Like I said, the judge can be lenient if he wants to and give him less time. And I said this, I was thinking like, okay, what? Because they said Meg's gonna make a statement, either recorded, in person, or via video, right? And I was like, because I guess you gotta make a victim impact statement. I was like, what's the best thing Meg can do? And I'm just thinking strictly career. People are kind of off Meg. Some people kind of still feel bad for her now. Some people switched over back and forth, whatever. I'm like, what's the best thing she could do for her career? Is it to double down and say, fuck that nigga, throw him under the bus? Or is it to give forgiving, the forgiving woman? Like, I've been through this traumatic event. I forgive him. I just want this to be over with. I don't wish him to be in prison for X amount. Like, is that the best thing for her to do? To try to not necessarily plead for lenience for him, but just kind of like throw it in there, like, like,
That'd be
hey,
the most hoest shit ever. I ain't gonna lie to you.
if she told him to give less time,
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you.
why?
Let me say this.
But
I
this is going
understand
to
it
her
from a
thinking
point
that
of
he actually
image.
shot her.
I understand it from a point of image, but as me looking at it as like, say, I'm Tory Lanez believing I didn't do it, or people on the outside, I don't want to hear all this sympathy. I'm sorry, shit. Now, like,
No, she
or
ain't sorry for the nigga shooting her. She's
okay,
she's
what you
just saying.
saying?
I'm saying she's saying like, I'm glad that justice has been served for me. Kind of like, did you see when that black dude, the black dude was named Botham Jean, got killed by that white police officer lady, and then his brother afterwards was like, "We forgive you. We know you're a good person." Da da da. And then she ended up getting like, she was supposed to get like 20 something years. She ended up getting like 8 or 7. I don't know. She got some like short ass time. Obviously, that's a white woman towards a black man, so it could be completely different. But I'm saying like, as far as like not being like, you ruined my life, you destroyed me, you showed no empathy during the, like, just really like ringing off shit like as a true victim would, and then the judge take that in consideration, like, damn, he did show no empathy. Damn, my dad had to put multiple restraining orders on this nigga. He still don't say he did anything. Okay, he don't have no remorse. 22 years in prison. That's what I'm saying. Well, people look at her differently if she was kind of went more the forgiving route than the burn it all down, fucking
Depends.
throw his ass in jail for 22 years. And also, I'm curious about this too. If he goes to jail, is he going to jail in America, or they deported him immediately to Canada? Because I'd rather go to Canada than be in a San Bernardino. What's the shit called that they got in LA state prison? San Quentin or some shit like that.
Yeah,
I'd
that
rather
shit
go to
wild.
damn Canadian jail than San Quentin. But that might be the next thing he needs. Fuck, hey, all right, we ain't getting an appeal. Then I do a new trial. At least had him extradite me immediately to Canada to serve out my sentence. But I don't think it works like that. Let me read some of this chat though. Y'all been going off in the chat. You want her to keep the same fuck Tory energy. She lame as F and a schmoot. Okay, if she did that, because that's fake and industry has organization tactics. Why would you even advise that to your artist? Make it easy to read. She fake. Okay, well, you got like a real a real vitriol for this lady. Nah,
I
Tory
mean,
shot
shit, I
the horse.
respect it.
He tried to put that horse down. She tried to defuse the lackey Kelsey from getting pummeled by the horse. She tried to defuse the lackey. I don't get it.
Kelsey was supposedly winning the
He
fight.
so he tried to defuse the lackey Kelsey from getting pummeled by the horse. The jail he will be in is called South, and it's super rough in there. I don't see. Ain't looking too good, man. Ain't looking too good for him. Like he's gonna go away for a long time. Y'all talk about QCCOP. I seen that. I don't even like it because my stance on snitch shit is the same every single time. Bryce probably didn't see this, but you know the head of QC, which is P. I don't even know you know what he looks like or anything, but the CEO of QC, which signs Migos, Lil Baby, Lil Yachty, City Girls, yada yada yada. They found some paperwork on him from 2010 where he was pretty much telling, I guess, like some guy killed his friend, shot him, and then P confronted the guy at the mall, and then the guy ran back to his car because P chased to his car. The guy grabbed his gun, chased P into the mall. Police came. P said he tried to kill me. He said he wanted to kill me. He also said, then the police were like, "Did you fear for your life?" He said yes. And then he helped them get the guy that killed his friend. Essentially, that's what the paperwork I was reading led up to. But like,
fuck that nigga. What y'all talking
I don't
about?
give like the snitch shit to me is so stupid, especially not a street nigga. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck. Like, I do not give a fuck. This guy's made millions. He just sold his label for 300 million. He's living a great life. I think the guy who even shot him is dead now, so he's not even here. It's like, I don't like. If you're a street nigga, you feel how you feel. But it's always weird to me when I see civilians, because now what I've been doing is like looking at people in the comments. I see people like, fuck that rat, he bit the cheese. And I go to their profile because I just want to see what these niggas look like. I just want to get a vibe. Are you a street nigga? Or you a regular? You see these regular ass kids that do anime. I'm like, bro, what are you? All right, you just trolling. You don't really give a fuck about this shit. Why do we care? And P said he wasn't a street nigga. Now, you tell me this. I don't know. Is there a difference than like a street nigga who's like in the streets doing robberies, stealing, and just a guy who is from the streets but he hustles, but he's not really like the street guy who does like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to differentiate.
I mean, I think there's a way to be a hoe ass nigga or a hoe, like just like a shiesty person. So say like you are this hustler dude and you may have some information or something about some other stuff that's going on. You snitching. It's like, yeah, that's that I can see how that's like crazy. But I feel like if you just a hustler, like what are you like hustling on? Like, are you like
selling dope? Are you selling boosting clothes? Are you scamming? I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he was doing.
I mean, if you're doing that type of hustling, yeah, and you snitch on somebody, yeah, you a whole ass nigga. Like, as far as like in that crime though, like say somebody like you get caught, and then you like, well, I'm gonna take down the person that taught me or something like that. Then yeah, you down,
See,
you
there's
down
different
bad for
levels,
that.
but I'm talking about a nigga who shoots you and it kills your friend.
Yeah, I don't think
It's
that
like
got nothing to
I
do
need
with
to
the hustle.
protect. Right? Like I said, I'm not in the streets, but street niggas will say you got to protect him. You have to. Or not that you have to protect him. You can't snitch on him. It's against all rules.
Nah, only way I
I'm not a
say
street guy though. But
only way I say that snitching stuff don't apply is like it's some gang stuff, and they like if like it's green for y'all to kill each other, and if you go all of a sudden you get mad that we got one of your homeboys after you and got several odd dudes, you want to go tell the cops, that's some bitch nigga shit. But like if this was like some one-off
why are they cleaning up the
occurrence,
streets? Like, all right, I'm tired of killing. They go keep killing. I'm about to tell. I'm
but
tired of killing.
I'm saying
I'm
after you
tired
and
of killing.
kill several of they homeboys, now all of a sudden you weren't gonna tell.
Yeah, nigga, I'm tired of killing. I'm telling now. I'm tired of this shit. We killing too much.
That's I mean, but you should have been had some epiphany. Now you just scared for your life.
No, I
You
just
want
picked up. I
you ain't
picked
feel that
up
way when you was
the
killing
Honorable
these
Elijah
other
Muhammad
people.
message to the black man. I turned over a new leaf. I started watching Dick Gregory. I'm off this shit. Y'all keep trying to kill me. I'm sending y'all motherfucking ass to prison. I'm done with this shit.
Yeah, if that happened, if you 5-6 years out of removed from the game, niggas still trying to kill you,
No, I'm talking
understandable.
about I watched 3 videos last night and I've been inspired.
Nah,
That's what I'm talking about. Now I'm done
you
with the
better
gang
move.
shit.
Just move. Go move. But that ain't gonna make it
We
better.
can't all just move, man.
Yeah, I mean, with snitching shit, you just made it significantly worse. They
No,
even gonna
because
be
everybody
on
wants to. Everybody want to kill me locked up.
I mean, if you do a good job, then that's cool. Then, but my opinion, like outside of that, like if it's some random occurrence where this dude robbed me and killed my brother, or I don't know the circumstances, like what do you know the circumstances of why it happened or what he was like trying to attempt?
Oh, why he was trying to kill him?
Yeah, like the first time, like why
Uh,
he killed his brother. The first time was that ever like a conversation or something?
I just seen, and the thing is, he made a response that was his friend. He was innocent. He had 5 kids, and the guy killed him. He didn't say like it was a robbery. He didn't say there was just some street shit. He didn't really like.
But I feel like if it's something like random like that, bro, you have all right to like do what you want to do. Especially if like he about to go kill you in the moment. Like it's like, hell yeah, hey nigga, somebody save me. And then when the cops gonna ask me, I ain't about to play stupid. I need this nigga apprehended. Like somebody get this nigga up off me. So
Trail said he bought weed and tried to rob him. So I mean, hey, bitch, you try to rob me, I was doing a good deed. I'm out here just, and you try to
yeah,
kill
if
me, fuck
if
you.
that's the
If
case,
that's the case,
yeah.
like me as a logical civilian, I'm like, fuck him. I don't know. Like, what you want me to do?
And then like say I see you again and I'm mad and want to fight you or something like that, and then like I chase you down or say I want to like report you or some shit, and then you try to get the gun again. Hell no, nigga. Gone. Bryce was in interrogation saying she was not, but I really was. I really was. They're like, brother, we can't even understand. You're gonna have to slow it down.
Bryce is giving up names and all kind of shit.
I was
God
giving it
damn.
up. I was giving it
They was
up.
there at 6:30. I've got text messages. We was talking. Hey, shut the fuck up.
Bro, I remember everything.
Don't put me in shit.
Bro, I talked about when we went to Kayla house to go get the foil.
He saying names and shit. I love them. They don't know what the fuck that is, but still.
I meant to say Taylor house. My bad.
Uh,
We went to Taylor house to get the foil. But yeah, I was say they don't know the fucking names, but we went to Taylor house to get the foil. Then we drove back. I was telling them all type of shit. I was like, we even had a conversation before. I was like, you got a boyfriend that you still date that same dude? She was like, no, and all that other time. I told them everything, everything.
let's get. I mean, I guess I was gonna say, let's get off the negativity and get into. This is still sad though. One thing I'm tired about, D for this is the same guy who pressed Joe at the BT Wars in the sock store and getting the red card. He portrayed that street image and got exposed. No excuses. I don't know, because is pressing a guy, is that necessarily street?
If it's having beef with somebody,
if it's man to man,
if it's man to man, having beef with somebody don't make.
Because like I said, having beef, you got beef with a white collar guy, get beef with another white collar businessman and press him, and that's a street. I get it though, like he's black and.
I see regular men fight all the time. I've been in many fights and never was in a gang, never really been a street person. I seen many white dudes fight. They ain't no gang members. They just some white boys get some shit off their chest. Like it happens. Like,
but I wanted to speak on this real quick off of that. I'm so tired of seeing all these conflicting reports about Jamie Foxx.
What conflicting reports?
One day they'll say, oh, he's doing better, shit going good. The next day, prayers, he's in dire straits. The next day, another source says, oh, let's look it up. The next day, oh shit, we need more prayers. It's like, when it comes to somebody's life, y'all need to get the exact story from the motherfuckers that's actually there. And until they something, I don't think no source, because I don't think the family is sourcing shit out to people. I don't think so. Like the motherfuckers who actually in the hospital, Jamie Foxx, I don't think they're TMZ's source. I feel like they might just make a post herself. Because even someone made a post on Jamie Foxx's Instagram saying, thank you for all the prayers. I don't know if it said I'm doing better, but I know it said something about thank you for all the prayers, yada, yada, yada. But it's like an emotional roller coaster. Like, okay, Jamie Foxx about to die? Is he about to survive? Like Jamie Foxx, he's one of if Jamie Foxx dies, he's one of those like world stopping type of, deaths. Like this is a tragic situation here. So it's like you just keep getting these reports. He's dead, he's not dying, is he about to die? Is he about to survive? Like what's going on here?
This young. Yeah, me personally, you could be 100% right, but I also know dealing with health and shit like that, people do churn from good to bad.
But there's been like 5 good to bad, good to, like
it happens, bro.
But after the A is doing good and A is doing bad, we'll need you to. Oh, now he's doing good. Not all right. Let's just wait at this point. Because today is gonna be bad. And tomorrow they're gonna say, "Oh, he good," and it's back bad again. Okay, we don't need a new report every goddamn day. Like, okay. Let's see what happens.
I mean, so you wouldn't want to. Some people want day-to-day reports.
That's too much. Like bad this day, he's about to die. Oh shit, he's good, bro. Niggas don't need a report every day. Like I get he's famous, but at this point, with the 4, or probably the 5 different good to bad, good to bad, good to bad, there's either A, he's up, he's actually alert, he's about to get to the hospital, or knock on wood, hopefully not. Jamie Foxx has passed away at the age of 55. Like I don't know. It's too much. I'm thinking about me personally. If I was like a famous person, like, and I woke up, I'm like, how the fuck did y'all go from me dying to me alive to me dead to me alive to me? Like, who's doing this back and forth shit? That's what I would say.
Me looking at it personally, I don't know if I care too much. Like, I always, and I'm not making an argument to say like, oh, they somebody doing it wrong or right. Just saying like when people be like having like fake death like trends and stuff like that. Some people be getting upset and stuff like that. I was like, I don't know if I ever get upset at something like that though.
But
Like,
a fake death hoax when you know you're alive, and then a nigga we actually knows in the hospital from a stroke. That's like, I think that's different.
yeah,
Like,
when I get out of the hospital, I'm not gonna really care about the media and shit. I'm me personally. But I could get how it could come off as distasteful, so I'm not even gonna argue with you. It's not really even a question. Like I would probably lean more to you as well as far as saying like just hold off until it's something firm. But even then, it's like say you wait 2 weeks, it's like oh he good. We waited 2 weeks, he good, and then 1 week later he back to being like it could happen like that. You
but
wait a
when I
month.
say he good, I'm talking about like at this point, like he like, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Jamie Foxx. I'm still in the hot. Like that's what I mean. And then if something knock on wood was to happen, then it's like, okay, that's different. He announced it himself.
So
That ain't a
what do
continuous TMZ fucking roller coaster ride of good, not good. We're good, not good. Good,
so
not good.
outside of that, what do we actually know? Is he stable? Is he critical still? Do we even
I
know?
don't. The update that they just put out right now is that his family saying we need prayers. It's looking like it's taking the turn for the worse. That's the latest update I've seen.
So we don't know if it's some type of cancer or some type
No,
of
he had a. I could be wrong. I'm gonna name these two things, but it could be either one. It was either a stroke or it was a aneurysm. I could be wrong about this, but I believe it's something. Let me see. I want to look it up. I don't want to be like completely off.
aneurysms are hard to come back from.
Dr. Dre had an aneurysm, was that last year?
Yeah, he lucky. Be honest with you. Ooh,
What happened?
Steph hit a buzzer beater. They up 11 and a half.
We ain't worry about that. It don't got. It says I don't know. This is undisclosed medical reasons from what I'm looking at. He been in since April 25th, and his
Yeah,
daughter.
but outside
See,
of
it's
that,
like, look,
go ahead,
on the
man. My bad.
21st, it says on the 21st, Jamie Foxx is awake and alert in hospital after medical condition. And then 5 days ago, Jamie Foxx has not changed 3 weeks. So it's like, okay, y'all say he's awake and alert. Then 5 days ago, y'all said it has not changed. But if he was an awake and alert 3 weeks ago, what do you mean it's not changed? It means awake now. Is he back? I don't know. Shit just it's like a roller coaster at this point with this shit.
Yeah, prayers up. Hopefully, Jamie recover and have some more prosperous years to live. Because I mean, it wasn't that long ago we were just enjoying some of these interviews with Denzel and all this other stuff. So
He's a goat, man. He's one of them. He's one of them ones. He's definitely
one of the probably honestly probably one of the most talented people we have ever seen. Maybe even more talented than Michael Jackson, as far as
singer, actor, comedian. What
uh,
else? Singer, actor,
uh,
comedian. Probably could dance too. I don't know. Impressions,
it's
everything.
yeah,
Like everything.
it's the ultimate entertainer.
Yeah.
He checks every box, bro, and he's one of the ones that not many can do.
And not even just he's not just an actor who like, but I'm like you really acting like on some Ray shit. On like you really acting,
Yeah,
not no
yeah, ain't
play.
no
Like I
mid
just do,
shit.
not just I just do some action
I
movie
was in
shit.
this
Yeah, like no, not no shit like that. From what they said, Jamie Foxx was
Django
dead on
type
the set
shit.
of shooting and had to be revived by the cast. People working on the set. Oh, Django. Like, I'd say Ray. I always go to Ray,
No,
but
Ray's a
Django.
classic. Ray's, I
Yeah,
mean, probably his best film because it's just him being him.
yeah. So, what else we got on the list for today, man?
Move my phone at.
I think you said something about Joe Budden. Like, I know I've been talking about that shit a lot, but
Hey man,
what did you see about that?
Joe Budden been hating on the Black podcast. I know it may be some New York rap shit or some just West Coast rap shit. Well, I mean East Coast rap shit, but I ain't gonna lie to you, it's coming off as a little nasty because him and Nori got in their bag. It was like niggas doing sports channels now, niggas doing this, and then he went at Joe been going that $1 million game. He was like, it ain't up like you niggas say it's up. You niggas got a bed frame covering up a little bitty window. I could just tell how shit's set up. It ain't like you say it is. But in my mind,
It just like I've been to your place, but so it's not little, but just like the fact you said the little window, you got like this little window behind you. It's like, oh, that's just funny. But
no,
regardless,
perfect. It's a perfect example. And they showed it. They showed it. He had
he had
this
the headboard. It was yeah.
high ass headboard. That whole you only can see like a little bit of the window
Mhm.
left. So it do look tacky, but in my opinion, I don't know if Joe or I'm missing some shit from the other side where they said something about Joe and them, but as
Well, they
far
said
as I
something on
know,
they said something on the Charlemagne show when they was talking about he said Don't tell me about no lists from podcasts that don't do ads or don't get ads, which Joe don't do ads. So I guess he took that as a dig
Who
towards
said
him.
that?
Gilly.
Mm.
But think about it. The weird thing about it to me was that when Gilly said that, the next episode when Joe responded, he only went at Charlemagne. He didn't really give Gilly Wallow no type of, saying nothing. And then this was my theory about it. My theory was Charlemagne, I feel like with Charlemagne it was light, but he went at Charlemagne. Charlemagne didn't give him nothing back, didn't respond. So I felt like he was like, okay, that nigga didn't respond. I know this nigga. I know Gilly. He can't help but respond. So I'm gonna go and say something to him now because I gave him grace last week. Didn't really say nothing. So now I'm gonna say something this week. That's how I look. That's my theory.
And
Charlamagne ain't give him something. He knew Gilly would give him something. So
so
then he took two
you
shots at Gilly.
do you feel like Gilly said something just off the strength of like Joe Budden saying his shit the best podcast, or did we miss something that Joe said before?
Well, they been had like a little tiff, but that was a long time ago when they had like a little back and forth. I think just the whole media shit. Who's number one? Who's number two?
What
Who's
what
number
about
three?
what about
Complex
him?
list.
What about him shitting on it is what it is? Like what
But the
Mason
thing about that is that was an old clip, and I think even when Nori responded, that clip came out from when I got to fact check it, but that clip came out before their show even started.
salute then. Shout out to different research. Salute.
Yeah, I think
Because
that came out. That came out
I
before the
couldn't
show started.
honestly I couldn't understand it, bro. I was like, bro, this is when I watched them. I don't know if you watched that shit yet. High class entertainment.
I've seen it. I've seen like clips of it. I never like watched like a full
You don't really
thing.
be watching the sports stuff like that, but I like watching sports commentary. I watch sports. I still watch Skipping Bailey. I mean Skipping Steven. I mean I still
Shannon.
Shannon, and I still watch
I watch the mainstream sports shit. Oh no,
what's
I
the
watch no. Actually, no, I don't. I watch what's his name? The white dude. What's the guy who has a big show?
I watch
Pat
a lot of
McAfee.
people.
I watch Pat
Pat
McAfee.
McAfee. Yeah, I watch the main people. I watch a lot of the young dudes that still talk about it, like B Souls, Low, all them type of dudes. I still watch them when they come to talk about sports, and even some other dudes like Kenny and stuff like that. That Kenny for real, not
Kenny Beachman or
Kenny.
something like
Yeah,
that.
Kenny Beachman, not Kenny. That's on what's the name? But yeah, when it comes to them, like it's pure barbershop talk, but they actually know what they're talking about. They actually love the games that they speak on, and it's that bro, their personalities is top notch, bro. So I I I couldn't
I seen that
imagine
Jordan Poole
why.
clip.
Oh, the munch. Oh,
Yeah.
that was hilarious. That's hilarious. But bro, every episode has me cracking up laughing, bro, because they're just honestly just entertaining in themselves, and then them talking about the trending topics in sport is cool as well.
I
But
think it only. I think it only goes up from there. Like because I did do a comparison. I was like, okay, if Joe was talking shit about them, let me look at the numbers. Like they only have 100,000 some subs. Joe has 1.1 million. Joe averages about 270 to 3 something on his podcast per episode. They're pulling like 100 something, like, and they only have 100,000 subscribers. So I'm like, okay, they 10x their subs, so 10 times 100,000 be a million. 10x their views. To say they get a million, maybe a stretch, but they probably pull like 500, 600 per episode, depending on how popular it gets, and then they'll be bigger than him. But it's a sports show. Sports show. I feel like sports shows have more legs. I feel like than like rap shows.
yeah, I mean, tribalism. People are really connected to their sports
And it
teams.
is more. It's more stuff to talk about. Like think about lately with music, bro. It's like all we can talk like I don't want to necessarily talk about all the bullshit, but it's like what else am I gonna talk about? Niggas ain't dropping no music, and when they do drop music, it ain't good music. So you get derailed into the who's the snitch of the week. Oh shit, Blueface, Krishan tried to burn Blueface house down. Freddie Gibbs spread his ass open for his girl on OnlyFans. Like you kind of get
What?
involved into you see that?
What?
Not on OnlyFans, but you ain't see that?
No, of course not. I'm glad I didn't fucking see that.
No, this not a video. I didn't see that. Actually, she said it. His baby
but
mama like exposed him in this whole long like Twitter
that's some whole
thread
ass shit.
thing.
That's some
She
whole
said
ass shit.
it's not even that. She said you blocking me on Twitter, but me having a picture of your asshole in my phone is crazy. So like you leave that up to interpretation, right? Like, oh, I mean, baby, who knows the fuck that maybe she just took a picture of his ass. I don't know what she did.
Could be anybody asshole.
But then she talked to
you ain't
academics.
gonna
And she
pin that
said,
on me.
but then she talked to academics and brought context to it. She said, this nigga like hopped out the shower and bent over. I think she said he even grabbed his ass cheeks and spread it open. Like, what do we do? He's like, what are you
Hey,
doing?
anybody could have did that.
And she said he was like in a silly, goofy mood or some shit. I was like, okay, that's a little different. Like, I hop out the shower and bend over and spread my ass over my girl. That's a little That's a little extra. Like, I ain't doing no shit like that. He's supposed to be a street nigga. Like that's what street niggas do. Y'all worry about niggas snitching. We gotta look what we don't really dive into what the street niggas doing in the bedroom, but that's what y'all street niggas doing. That's what y'all niggas doing in the bedroom. So there's that. Like I said, it's a lot of bullshit, right? Like, and then this thing too.
Fucking
like,
crazy.
I gotta get off my ranch. I know I gotta get off my ranch, and I get comments on my shorts and my TikToks. Like, niggas really be bitching about the sales conversation. Like, that's a part of the music shit. Sales. That's a statistic to me. I feel like talking about music is like talking about sports. Like, that is a thing. Yes, labels can kind of manipulate these things, but everybody here knows if y'all niggas was named y'all's top rappers, most of the niggas that's at the top can sell. Good. Y'all ain't got niggas at the top that only do 10K first week, 20K first week. Y'all don't got them niggas at the top. We're gonna talk about sales again. We talked about a lot about sales last week, but regardless, that shit does matter at the end of the day. Now I was thinking about today. I was like, I said Drake may be bigger because he's more maybe appealing to everybody, but J. Cole might actually have a stronger core fan base. Because I was looking at their album sales, like actual sold albums. J. Cole like 179. I think Drake only did like 60 something. It's like people really will buy J. Cole's shit, like actually purchase it. And I feel like that's a strong indication of how strong your fan base really is. But I think a lot of niggas like Drake. Like you get a lot of streams because people are like this type of Drake. I like this type of Drake. I like that type of Drake. But they're not like me and you were like really fans of Drake. Some people just like they'll listen to Drake because obviously he's just, he got so many hats. Yeah, I'm like J. Cole fans, them niggas really like they're gonna buy that music, and they do buy the music.
Yeah, and I can't think of any direct marketing like, hey, buy this album from J. Cole. I think it would have to be him always trying to drop organic music versus, let's say, Drake at one point started dropping playlists versus trying to drop Nothing Was the Same and Take Cares and things like that. And then shit, even from J. Cole doing them $1 tours. Like, I feel like that ingratiates yourself. You build
that cult audience.
Yeah, so I could. That's the type of shit that I could say is the difference, which is a form of marketing, but it's not like, hey, on a billboard, hey, after this album drop, make sure you buy it, don't stream it. You don't see J. Cole doing that. It happens organically, so you got to look to see.
When you say Noah's talking about the business side, what is it? What are you referring to?
He said that right after you was talking about numbers, so I'm pretty sure he's referring to the numbers.
But like it's like when you talk about the top niggas, like nobody, even
historically,
like I used to talk shit about Nas, like just because I wasn't up on it. But like, remember when we was looking at Nas's numbers? Nas was selling like 400,000 first week.
Mm-hmm.
Like when who was that? Trail said he wasn't mainstream. Like this thing was selling 400 first week. What is it? What do you mean? And that was in like the mid 2000s. I was like, I thought he capped out like the early 90s, 2000s, and he was still obviously dropping music, but he was selling like 400K in the mid 2000s. Is the Ness selling movie the best movie ever? No, you can.
One of them, though. One of them, Titanic. That's one of the
Avatar. You could say you might not think Marvel is the best acting, but it's damn sure you could say it's probably the best action movie. So whatever, it's the best of something.
And Avatar was one of the best animations for its time. Like you can see why it does it.
And even in that, that's a nice point to make. But my point still stands. If you look at who niggas say the top rappers of all time. Tell me and I'm talking about the most consensus top rappers of all time. Jay-Z, Eminem, Lil Wayne, Biggie, Tupac, Drake, Kendrick. I'm talking about who most people have in their top 10s. Andre 3000 with them niggas went diamond. 50 Cent, whoever.
Luda,
they sell records. They sell records. That's my point. Now you might be like, Black Thought is the greatest rapper. They might throw him in there. Like Black Thought. Like, okay, that's one nigga. Like if I ask Flying Low, give me your top 10 right now. Majority of them niggas are able to sell music.
And I would consider Black Thought underground, but we're not gonna get into that, or not mainstream at least. So that's a whole nother conversation. And it's not me knocking. I'm just saying when it comes to the music and quality, I'm not looking to see if sales are like equivalent to that. It's certain people that fit into that category, and that's one thing. If we were saying every artist. If you ain't doing numbers, you suck. No, we understand that. But if you got the platform, if you had a platform and you're doing these, like doing kind of bad with numbers, it's not the same.
I'm not getting this mainstream talking. Yeah. Nigga said Black Thought is mainstream.
We know.
All right.
We know.
And even Flying Low said, yeah, when y'all say mainstream, y'all must be talking about popularity. I mean, that's
What mainstream means.
when you say majority of people know or consume this music is mainstream. That's Black Thought would not be mainstream.
Black Thought. Let's nitpick this. That concept. Black Thought, even his creativity and his intellect is not even capable of being mainstream because people don't be able to consume that type of content. He too smart for the average fucking rapper, dumb microwave music fan. So to that's what most of mainstream kind of is. Like it's a mix of other people, like I say, but it's a lot of times just surface level people or surface level music a little bit. Black Thought not gonna reach mainstream like that because that's not his music style. Like just in itself, it don't make sense to say stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Like that's like saying Ab-Soul. Like at one point, of course, Ab-Soul was mainstream because of his brand and who he was signed to, but to think his music was gonna consistently chart mainstream, no, bro, that's it. He's too above and he's too woke for mainstream to even accept his message. Like, let's be real. Like mainstream only accepts certain type of content. And yeah, they may let you get off one or two things, and J. Cole is the exception. Kendrick is the exception. These dudes are exception. But these other dudes, like, yeah, they don't be
And
getting
even
that.
them, they're there, but they're not like
That shit's more palatable than
yeah, it's more like, it's like a blend of, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. They able to do the mainstream mix with the intellect versus like Black Thought is gonna be intellect. Like, and I'm not saying that
Yeah, I'm
from
not
a
doing
point
that
that's
with y'all
saying
niggas because you signed to a major does not make you mainstream. I don't know why y'all niggas keep saying that.
Sci-Hi is not
And
mainstream.
you didn't body nobody trail. Y'all niggas ain't make no sense. Y'all said white people. That don't make no sense. I'm looking at Black Thought right now. He dropped the album in 2022. It peaked at 43. An album peaking at 43 on your first week of sales, I mean, you probably did like 5,000, maybe even less than that. It was on the chart for 1 week. That means he went to 43, then 160 other albums were able to knock him off the list. They were probably old ass albums. How the fuck is that mainstream? That makes it. That's like me saying I get a video that get 1 million views, right? In 1 week, I get 1 million views in 1 week, and now I'm mainstream. And then nobody fucking listens to, and not even, because I guess nobody has listened to you technically. If you get knocked off the album charts a week, nobody's really listened to your shit. To be like not disrespectful. That doesn't mean I'm mainstream now. That make like, and that's not. I'm not gonna get to it because that don't make no fucking sense. So y'all tell me every nigga. I can find a nigga on a major label right now. Y'all know who the fuck that is. I'll do it right now. Actually, let me Atlantic Records. I'm getting sucked back into the mainstream conversation, but it doesn't make any fucking sense.
That's why we don't put. We already said that's the thing, Flying. We already said independent artists really not in that conversation because what independent artists are really in the mainstream conversation?
The only one would be, to be honest, was Chance the Rapper. That's the only like super. I mean, y'all right. I don't know who else is independent, but I know for sure Chance the Rapper was independent.
It's not too many because they don't have that same platform. So we don't hold them to that same fire. But most of the artists we name have a platform and they are signed, but that ain't got really nothing to do with them being like on. Well, that ain't the
y'all,
only reason.
Okay, y'all tell me. I'm about to name some names. Y'all tell me who y'all know. Do y'all know who Camera Can't Lie is? Do y'all know who Camouflage is? Do y'all know who Canned Heat is? Do y'all know who Cerrone is? Do y'all know who Champion Jack Dupree is? Do y'all know who Change is? Do y'all know who Charlie Mingus is? Do y'all know who Chris Braid is? Chris Connor, Chris Rush, Chris Squire. These are all niggas signed to Atlantic. You know none of those names, but I guarantee you know this. Do you know who Bruno Mars is? Do you know who Burna Boy is? Do you know who Cardi B is? Those are the difference between niggas on labels that aren't mainstream and niggas that are mainstream. Those first names I named, y'all don't know who the fuck they are. Y'all never heard their albums. Y'all never heard a song, but they are signed to Atlantic Records. Being signed to a major label does not mean you're mainstream. That makes no fucking sense. That's like me saying any radio personality who was on iHeartMedia is a mainstream radio host. That is not what that means. That is not what that means.
That's actually hilarious.
That makes Charlamagne the God is mainstream on iHeartMedia, yes. But Buckfuck living in that signed to iHeart, but does a radio show at 9:00 at night in Mississippi, that nigga is not mainstream. You signed to iHeart, that don't matter. Because you're signed to Atlantic does not mean you are mainstream. That makes no sense. No sense. An independent record label? I don't even know because these niggas be tied in with the label, so I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna act like I know independent record label. Name an independent record label.
And
I don't know what that
also,
means. I don't know what
yeah, I'm
that
about to
means
say
for an
also.
argument.
I think he's trying to like make it seem like we're not even bringing that type of artist into the conversation. Like, what does Don Toliver have to do with the independent record label? What is like Corday have to do with the independent record label? Like, we talking about dudes that we know have a platform. We know people know
Look
their
at
name.
Najee. Loud music. Sound loud music. My label's independent. Who Wardo?
Yeah, but we ain't gotta stay on this long, man. We already know.
I'm just looking. I'm reading because this shit don't make no sense. Nigga said G Herbo. You can be signed to a major and still see. At least somebody in the goddamn chat got some goddamn sense.
Thank you, man.
Is he signed? Oh, that's okay. We saw that. That don't mean
And let's be real, mainstream is not an easy thing to crack, bro. Like, it just is what it is. Mainstream is a special place.
There's not tiers. From my definition, there's no tiers. You're either mainstream or you're not. There's no tiers. There's superstar, stars, mid-level artists, whatever. But mainstream, to me, there's no tiers. There's no
Your
tiers.
standard's wrong, Warder. We don't have two different standards. Your standard's just wrong, bro.
Even flying low, just how Billboard had their list, independent music has theirs. Y'all just don't know because y'all not into the independent underground scene. If you say something's underground, that is the complete opposite of a mainstream nigga. The complete opposite. And any independent, you can name what's homeboy name that makes it, and that's the thing too, is what's the black dude's name who makes millions of dollars a year because he has a cult like fan base.
Not Vince Staples.
No, he's an older guy. Tech Nine. Is Tech Nine independent or underground? Because really he's both. Like if you want to say, I know he's independent, does shit on his own. You maybe say he's underground, but you ain't gonna say that nigga's mainstream. He makes a lot of money. A lot of money. He's on the Hip Hop Cash Kings list almost every year. I be seeing that shit. But whatever. Tech Nine's independent. War Dude, that makes no sense. Like the thing that not upsets me like about War Dude is, I bet he be thinking he make these really good points, and like it don't be. Like I was listening to this Fresh and Fit thing. All right, you just trolling now. Anyways, I was listening to Fresh and Fit today. They had Sneeko and Destiny on, and they was debating the Rollo Tomasi guy, and he was just saying shit, but he wasn't actually making a point. But he thought he was being so like, you know what I'm saying?
Who?
You're not the Rollo Tomasi. They was
Okay.
on his ass. They was on his ass. And this is like, bro. Anyways, what's next? What we got next?
Let me look in the notes. You want to talk about the playoffs?
Whatever you want, I'll let you take over.
Yeah, playoffs look like the most interesting conversation right now, as far as the other ones, and I think it'll be a good transition. So, NBA playoffs. I've been pretty wrong from a lot of my predictions so far, and I gotta admit that.
Always wrong. I ain't gonna lie to you. Nigga said gentleman sweep. Maybe the other way.
Oh, I don't really be caring about the numbers. I kind of be talking shit with the numbers because you can't really, to me, you can't really predict numbers unless honestly, I just don't think you can. But
my niggas getting blown out now.
Yeah, I still think the Warriors gonna win, honestly. But outside of that, they're down bad right now. I know they winning the game, but they're down bad in the series. I mean, like odds are against them for sure. The Suns had made a good comeback run, and I thought my prediction was just gonna be over. I thought they were gonna win 4 straight games, but the Nuggets ended up winning the game 5, so now it's 3-2. So we'll see when they go back home. Maybe they.
My bad. I just have to say this. Wardu, you don't add context. You move the goalpost to fit your argument, but you can continue.
On your ass.
Because you don't add context. You just say, "Oh, there could be F tier mainstream." That makes no fucking sense. But continue. You continue.
Oh yeah, ass. And then my last one. Obviously Jimmy Butler. I thought he was hurt, so I didn't think he was gonna play. But outside of that, Boston giving it up. Boston giving it up, and I ain't expect that. Like I knew Boston was a little inconsistent last year. I thought they figured it out. They looked so good in the first round. They look good in the first round, I should say. Second round,
But
looking
the
bad.
Sixers are a good team, right? Like they got James, they got Tyrese Maxey, they got Tobias, they got
But
Embiid. Like they're
James
I know,
supposed
I know. Like I ain't
James
like I
supposed
said,
to
I
be
ain't no big
washed.
basketball nigga, but you ain't got
Tobias supposed to
James.
be washed.
You got Tatum, you got Brown, you got Marcus
Embiid
Smart, you
ain't supposed
got
to be a real Embiid supposed to get a sympathy MVP. That's what people saying out there. Sixers ain't got no respect on their name. But shit, up 3-2. It's looking tough.
I think the East, and like I said, I'm not a big basketball nigga, so I could be wrong, but I'm just me looking optically. I think whoever wins out of the Celtics and the Sixers will probably.
9 times out of
I'm gonna
10,
make a
but
prediction. I'll just make a prediction right now. I think it's gonna be the Sixers versus the. I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared for the Lakers to go against like the type niggas like not the Suns, but the what's the fuck their name is? The Nugget niggas. I don't know if they.
only reason I feel a certain way with the Lakers and AD matchup, Nuggets matchup, is because of AD. I don't know how he's gonna fare versus Jokic. The only reason I say that, I think he can defend him well, but let's just talk a little basketball real quick. The reason why, like, they were saying, oh, the Warriors kind of got to figure it out because let's pick and roll them and take them out the paint. Then the paint's wide open. No other big man out there. Jokic take the ball from the three. He dribbled up the court. And if Anthony Davis holding him, who going to be in the fucking paint? So that's going to be a lot of rebounds. That's going to be a lot of easy drives. Outside of that, I do not believe in Jamal Murray at this point. So I think they could. Honestly, I think outside of that, if LeBron played like he playing now and AD play halfway decent, they could beat them in 5. I ain't gonna lie to you. And in the East, hey, don't sleep on Jimmy Jordan. Don't sleep on Jimmy Jordan. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't sleep on Jimmy goddamn Jordan. He might upset the Sixers. He might upset the motherfucking Celtics at this point. Like, I don't know, bro. That man's different. That man's different. And he one of them conversational pieces where I was talking about weeks ago, where like basketball, playground basketball versus like championship level basketball. He the best example of that shit, bro. Regular season, 18 points, five rebounds, 3 assists, some shit like that. Playoffs, 30 plus, 50-point games.
I'm letting you
Like,
get your shit off.
Yeah, shit, I don't know, man.
Nigga in the text, now nigga want me to text. Not making no fucking sense. Or not even that, not necessarily not making sense, but not fucking listening. So he put in a text message, he said, some of the other highly ranked mainstream rappers that haven't used any major publicity stunts are Snoop, Wayne, Jay-Z, Nicki, 50, Wiz, Big Sean, 2 Chainz, and NF. Which he said NF wasn't even mainstream, but regardless, he said some of these niggas, same niggas you tried to argue not being mainstream solely based off current musical relevance. Did we not say last week Snoop Dogg is mainstream, but not musically? Because if Snoop Dogg drops music, nobody gives a fuck. If Wiz Khalifa, no disrespect to Wiz, if he drops music, nobody gives a fuck. But his name is mainstream.
To a degree with Wiz. Because
nobody gives a fuck if Wiz drop music. I'm sorry.
He be dropping. Like, he don't got no.
He gonna do like 28K. He ain't gonna.
Yeah. Hey, yo.
Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody.
No, I was only speaking to singles with Wiz, but Warrior, you just fucking ate shit, boy. You the one told me Wiz Khalifa dropped 15 albums, and I didn't even know it. I'm a Wiz Khalifa fan. I didn't even know this nigga had like 10 albums out in the last 5 years. So even in itself, like that's just the example of that not being mainstream musically. I was talking about I think he's capable of dropping a single or whatever, but D-Friend really 100% right. Yeah. I bet it is next topic.
Mainstream is mainstream, but so mainstream is mainstream, but then there's also tiers in mainstream. But I thought mainstream was just main. I was like, okay, you got it. What we talking about basketball? Like I said, my prediction is I'm gonna say I want LeBron to go, like obviously. But like you said, the Jokic, Anthony Davis, I hear. Like I said, I just go over. I hear these niggas talking about. I'm not a basketball guy, so them saying AD got to be the best player on the floor for the Lakers to make it. If Jokic can shut him down and they can do what the fuck they want to do,
Jokic ain't gonna shut him down. It'll be Anthony Davis just not doing what he need to do just mentally, or the Lakers not giving him a ball. But Jokic's not like that on defense. I'm locking
it in. 76ers versus Lakers, NBA Finals.
Yeah, Jokic's not like that on defense. He more of a concern on offense. And I don't think they could stop him on offense, but he the only real answer they got. Nah, let me stop. They play good team basketball because of him. But if the Sixers and Lakers play, I mean, we're gonna talk about it. I'm pretty sure whenever if it ever come up. But who you think? Who you thinking there?
Who?
Who you thinking gonna win that? Lakers versus Sixers. Who would you think that?
Lakers.
That's tough. Why? Just because you fucking
Just
with
because
LeBron?
LeBron. That's it. I don't know. I have no technical basketball analysis to break down Anthony Davis off the dribble. I don't have we're going to basketball just because I fuck with LeBron. That's it.
Mm. But okay, let me ask you this then. Maybe I'll give you a question so you can maybe get a better pick your mind a little better. So you taking AD and LeBron over James Harden and Embiid as far as like two better players? You think they're those
Yeah,
two?
definitely. I take LeBron and AD over Joel and Davis.
James Harden. What about like the supporting cast? Like D'Lo. You seen Lonnie Walker carry a game. You see Austin Reeves, or what about Tyrese? Who else they got? I know the
I'm going off
PJ.
just what I'm seeing. If what game was that? What I was watching when the Vanderbilt was his name Vanderbilt? He was holding Steph. If he could hold James or Tyrese Maxey like that, then I have all the confidence they can. You know what I'm saying? If they can neutralize a couple of them niggas, and it's only really just Embiid they got to worry about. I thought him and Anthony Davis might like offset each other, like you said with Jokers. Like they'll just keep scoring, whatever. Maybe they can't stop each other on offense, but they can do whatever. And LeBron steps it up. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And I feel like if LeBron make it to because I don't know, me watching this shit, it don't feel like LeBron is going like laser, going crazy, going super hard. They kind of feel like he's kind of like,
I don't think he can.
He's getting his 26 points, he's getting his 10 rebounds, he's getting his 7 assists. Like he's like kind of coasting, and maybe he's like coasting. So when he gets to the finals, maybe he go crazy. I don't know. He might think of it like it's my last, not necessarily my last, but this could be my last. This could be my last opportunity to be in the finals. I need to go all out, balls to the wall. However many games we got to go, I got to go crazy.
So me personally, I don't think this Laker team is constructed around that being a successful thing. More just similar to how the Suns and Nuggets. I mean, Suns and Nuggets. Booker's going fucking insane, and KD's being KD. Still not enough to consistently beat the Nuggets, and I feel like you need more of a better team play right now. And I feel like LeBron, maybe he dropped 40 every game, and I'm fucking eat shit as far as what I'm saying. I say he dropped 30 a game, 40, like maybe every once in a while, maybe twice. I don't know if that's conducive for the Lakers to be good as a team. Like, I don't know. I think that's why he's not being so aggressive. I think that's to help the team be better as far as team ball, as far as AD eating. Because it seemed like if you don't feed AD consistently, he'll be an off night for him. So I think LeBron is like he has to like be passive for AD to eat, and maybe even like Austin Reeves to step up and stuff like that. Because without it, I don't know if LeBron carrying it on his back, and then you don't got like a D Wade that could just get his buckets anytime, and Chris Bosh type
You got
shit.
Lonnie Walker, man.
Yeah, he may be there. Well, I don't know. I said it'll be an interesting conversation. I also think he don't have as much energy in the tank. He do be looking kind of gassed, but who wouldn't be? Steph Curry looked gassed the other game too. Shit. So, it'll be interesting.
They getting old, man. Draymond getting old, LeBron getting old, Curry getting old, and niggas getting old, man.
Yeah, it's about to be a change of new era.
Hey, I saw this. Let me ask you this question. So I was watching this guy, and they was like, "Yeah, let me know what y'all think in the chat." So like, Trill, you such a basketball, and you probably don't know what the fuck you be talking about. But regardless, I was watching this guy. He said, "If I got the number one pick and I was the Dallas Mavericks, no, if I didn't have nothing, I said, okay. Let's example. If you're Houston and you have the number one pick, he said." If I'm Dallas, what I would try to do is I would Luka Doncic would go away for the number one pick. Would you trade Luka Doncic because it's pretty much the French guy? Would you trade Luka Doncic, who you know is whatever he is, for a guy who hasn't been in the NBA yet, but he's projected to be the greatest fucking player of all time?
No.
You think that'd be stupid for the Mavericks to do?
I mean, only way
trade Luka to get Wembanyama.
Only way it wouldn't be stupid is you looking at it like he gonna be out in a year or two anyways, and you need somebody else to rebuild around. That's the only way. If that's we looking at it like business, but just off of we believe in him more than you believe in Luka, no. This dude could be a bust. Like I might take the point guard or I forget the point guard or shooting guard that's like 6'6". He's very talented. I might take him over that dude. I feel like it could be one of them like Jordan or LeBron, not obviously not LeBron, but Jordan conversations where Jordan or KD was picked at 2 or 3.
Oh, boy, scared the fucking. What you doing? Hold on.
But yeah, I feel like it could be a conversation where Jordan's was what was Jordan, the second pick or the third pick, and then KD was like the second pick after Greg Oden. It could be a situation like that where this dude can have like this potential to be all this, but he can get hurt.
Oh,
He could be weak. He could be small. He can get bullied.
yeah.
Like so, it might be somebody else in the draft I might go with over him, even if I had the number 1 pick. I don't know if that dude's a solidified number 1 pick. I'll be 100% with you. Yeah. Now we talked about Gidley Kid and Joe. Trail, stop being disrespectful to our chat members, bro. You gonna get
Trail says that, but he'll say that to me. He'll say the same shit. Like he said he commented in the video like a couple days ago. He'll say skinny friend and this and that.
He be mad niggas taking his spot.
Who the fuck are you?
Don't compliment him. That's my job.
What's synopsis on Gilly and Joe?
I'm literally watching the game as we podcast. This nigga saying I don't watch basketball. That's hilarious.
Oh, niggas just be saying shit. What the fuck? Who sent me a DM?
Nigga be getting jealous. Like, damn, nigga can't even give a nigga a compliment or a big up. What nigga feeling some envy and some hatred in his heart. D-Friend, what you out here? D-Friend, what type of shit you got going on, man?
Nah, niggas.
You already
dumb shit.
No, I'm talking about you already got the crazy fan base niggas.
Nah, that's really just Trill, man. That's just Trill. That nigga crazy.
Technically, I think he's number 10, so you can't really even say that.
He's top 10 and he's number 10. Bryce want to be a contrarian. He want to be like, he want to be a little different. You know what I mean? So he want to just say some shit to like, He the only you got the like even him saying like Rick Ross was flop last week. All right, you want to say something, just fucking say something. Right.
I'm being 100% honest with you.
You got it.
Hey, Rick Ross was flopping, only dropping 200K. That's crazy.
How is 200? I'm not getting into this again. How did it make sense?
That's crazy because you know how big Rick Ross was, right? That's crazy.
But even like he might not. Now looking back on it, he was probably never. He might be. I think he's talented. Obviously, I like him more than T.I. But when T.I. was out, T.I. was like, I don't even think Rick Ross is as big as T.I. was.
Hey man, maybe I'm in a different world.
You think like I'm just thinking about all the publicity T.I. was.
I think he was just as big.
I don't think so.
Rick Ross had MMG. He was big with DJ Khaled. Like he had.
That's more like that feels like more sideline character. T.I. was like a main. Like, I'm not gonna say.
Main, what about the? What were we saying?
But it was like
no. I'm saying, but Rick Ross had his own thing as well. I'm just saying he also was a part of other great things that went on. It's like as a brand of Rick Ross, I don't see what you're talking about. Maybe I'm delusional, but me being a fan of all these dudes personally, don't see a difference. Impact, music on radio.
When Paper Trails did 565, that was all wrapped around this nigga about to go to jail.
But that's not his only time doing 500.
That's not what? I know he did 525 with King.
That's what I'm saying. So
you think it's more the rollout than the music? Because obviously I don't think the music is better.
I don't know what it is. It's got to be something. That's all I can say. I know it got to be something, bro, because Rick Ross was always on the radio. Rick Ross was always talked about.
Maybe niggas up north and, maybe like Atlanta and shit. Maybe it's just more like a Florida, Louisiana, Texas thing. I don't know.
But niggas in Cali be dropping. Niggas in Louisiana can drop. It's niggas all over the regions. Detroit can drop.
What do you mean can drop?
And it's niggas in these areas and regions and other regions that can do 500. Lil Wayne, Eminem, Detroit, Big Sean, Detroit, J. Cole, North Carolina.
Sold more records than Rick Ross.
In first week? I'm pretty sure Big Sean is doing.
We can confirm.
I'm pretty sure Big Sean is doing more than 200.
219.
I told you a nigga flopped.
We can confirm. But I don't know if Big Sean ever outsold. What's his name?
Let's see. You say ranking.
I don't think Big Sean ever sold more. I could be wrong, but I don't think he ever sold more than 200. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Let me see.
Dark Sky Paradise did? How much is it?
Nah, Dark Horse Paradise did 173.
173 for Dark Sky Paradise.
Yeah, and I don't see nothing else. So okay, maybe I'm wrong. All right. Okay.
So is Big Sean flopping? He
Let's
never hit
see.
them pinnacles he planned to reach.
Was Big Sean flopping? Let me think of Big Sean's run.
Kendrick was doing 400. J. Cole was doing down at 400. Drake, we already know he's doing 800, 700, 600. We know.
Me personally, I don't think Big Sean, as a fan, I was a bigger fan. He had songs where he was obviously on mainstream shit,
I'm not even
but
arguing mainstream right now. I don't know why he keep talking. I'm not even arguing
I,
mainstream. I'm saying, why did he not sell as much as Kendrick, Drake?
he was flopping. He was flopping. He was flopping. He was flopping. Only caveat I give to him is like I don't think he ever was able to get to that J. Cole level as far as like likability or even like a Kendrick. I don't think like
Relatability.
um yeah, even
Like
to
J.
that to a
Cole,
degree.
college, whatever fuck he was doing. Kendrick. Uh, what the fuck was? What would you say Kendrick's like
Like
trait is?
even then, like no, what's one classic album that Big Sean has talked about? Like he just never was like. I don't think he was putting in that class. We put him in that class because that's like our era, but
You think he was
outside of
overshadowed? He
us,
was overshadowed by the big three.
yeah, and yeah, and I also think it was because of like certain musical choices to a degree. Like he got hits for sure, but some of his shit be a little cheesy. He did have the ass shit. He did have some of them type of ones. It's like, I guess. Oh, it was that Nicki shit, and he was just on a remix.
I think it's nice as shit.
Yeah, so it's like I mean, maybe he took a bad route to a degree, but I think maybe he didn't. Yeah, he just didn't get the same love, obviously, and we could see it right now. So yeah, I'm gonna say he was flopping to a degree. He was flopping. I don't think it's to the same level as Ross though, because I feel like Ross was way bigger. Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay.
In his era.
All right. What else we
Like
got?
when you talk about like Big Sean, was Big Sean consistently on the radio that whole like era?
I don't know. He's on the radio a lot.
Okay. Flop then. Big flops. Big flops then. I gotta hold it. Big flops then.
All right. What else we got, man? You leading the show.
All right. Let me see, man.
We
So
ain't got to talk about the punter.
so this is a your conversation, but I feel like we get into this another transition head ass. Since we was talking about NBA, we can go into the NBA young
I
boy
don't
head
even. I don't
ass.
even want to talk about it. I put that on there. I don't even give a fuck about this shit no more.
I
Niggas
don't know
just
what it is, so
it
that's on
ain't
you.
shit. It ain't shit. They pretty much the niggas is using each other for a rollout. That's pretty much what it is.
Oh really? That shit
Yeah.
gay. Well, if that's the case, we can get into just a funny conversation that I seen. It was an ad, and it was like a banned TikTok ad, and it was like the main reason that they were talking about, or like the points that they were saying why they should ban is they have all your information, they have all your kids' information. Um, just imagine what they could do with this information. Isn't this such a scary thing for TikTok to have all this type of information on you guys? And I was like, they must just think we're the fucking most dumbest fucking people ever. Because, well, couldn't you say the goddamn same thing about Facebook? Couldn't
Yeah,
you
it's
say
the
the
same.
same goddamn thing about
It's the same
Instagram,
thing
which
about
is
any
also
American
Facebook?
company. It's
But
just that that's China.
it's so funny how they're willing to tell the truth when it's not one of their assets. And even though it could directly correlate, and if anybody with common sense would be like, well, if this is that way, wouldn't it be the same for y'all? What's the difference on Twitter? What's the difference for these different things? What's the difference between Google? Like, so it just I just find it so hilarious how they are willing to say something is bad and toxic, but then when I say it, I'm a fucking conspiracy theorist. Because I'm targeting I'm targeting their platforms. But if I'm on their side, yeah, man, you're a smart guy. You're on the side of banning TikTok. You're a smart guy. Which
That's oh, man.
How do
That's the way
you
it goes, man. That's how it is.
how do you feel about that kind of conversation though? Like them having all your information and things like that. And then I also have a transition to something else if
I mean, people
after
be
that.
mad about it because, like I said, because it's China. Like it's like you. I guess you're supposed to be okay with it when it's American, but when it's China, it's like no, because they're gonna do more nefarious things with your information. They're gonna actually take over the world with your information. They're gonna do X, Y, and Z with your information. Facebook, Instagram, they're just gonna sell it to advertise. That's all they're doing. But China's got a nefarious, they got a
The
nefarious plan behind it.
and I get that point, but I was more asking towards like, do you feel threatened by that type of thing, like these apps and these platforms having your information? Do you feel like you're unprotected? Do you feel like there's something that really could like, let's say if this keep happening, it can snowball into things that's just like just complete unprivacy or something like that? Do you feel
Yeah, I'm
like
sure it
that's a
probably already is. Like
but
AI, people stealing your voice when they call us. Well, now they're saying don't answer when people call you. Don't answer the phone and talk. I seen this happen before. But when I was at the gym, I was in the sauna. People was talking about in the sauna. They were talking about how somebody had called them and it sounded just like their daughter, and it was like, help me! They kidnapped me, mom. I need your help." But it wasn't their daughter because they called their daughter and she answered like, "We talking about mom?" But like they're like getting your voice and they're doing, you know what I'm saying? Scammy shit. Like it get to another level. It's getting to
send me
levels.
some money, bro? I really need it.
Yeah, send it here. Even when I got hacked in Hawaii, it was like it was dumb. Like they could have probably tricked me with some different shit, but like they hacked my shit. Then they started sending porn to everybody in my Facebook, right? Started sending messages. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. And then they emailed me and said, now you see we were able to get into your thing. We have an explicit video of you. I'm like, you have a fucking explicit video. How the fuck you got an explicit video of me? That made no fucking sense. Like that's how they try to get you, but they get people like that because people
Mm-hmm.
think like they think they get being recorded through their phone. Like maybe they whacking off and they like, oh shit, it's recording me and somebody hacked it. And I don't know. Then maybe
Yeah,
they thought that I would think some shit like that's going on, but I was like, get the fuck out of here. I ain't worried about no shit like that.
yeah,
Change the password, two-step verification. On to the
yeah.
next.
And what does like bring concern to me, like say Facebook is secure or whatever, which we know they can get hacked and stuff like that, but say they secure, they still selling information to other people that sell information to other people, and they can get hacked. And I feel like
Sound like so you hacked into the cloud. Oh.
at some point, bro, like I feel like yeah, things could get to a point where anybody could like if somebody's really smart with these type of information where all our let's say all of our car information, all of these things in there, like it could lead to some shit. I just was wondering though. But to transition, I don't know how much we talked about the AI, which I know it's a new thing. I know we talked about it with the music stuff. How do you see that kind of coming into the future? How do you feel about that since you've been seeing some of the new progressions in AI?
Oh, I think it's like good. I mean, I didn't mean to keep yawning. I was thinking about yawning, so I yawned. But I think it's like I think it's like everything. It's like good and bad. I guess it's bad. That's scary. Like, oh shit, they're gonna take over this. They're gonna take over this job, that job. Oh shit, we're not gonna have any jobs. We're gonna be workless people. It's just gonna be AI robots doing everything. But also, it has this good. Makes things easier. They got apps like I got this app on Premiere Pro that like cuts up your clips for you and does this and does that. Like it's got it's good, but maybe it's just how they get you. Like, oh no, AI it can just cut up my clips for me, and oh, it can just give me titles. No, it can just give me automatic captions, and then that's when they hit you with the okay, we're taking your job, bitch. We don't need you, which it could do. Now, what the novelist said, AI podcasts are going to be too much. It's like, 'cause I saw this. They do have an AI radio thing where it said like there's a lot of stations around the country that have unfilled airtime, and they have an AI program that can fill those airtime for you. They can tell you the local news, that can give you the weather updates, and just a generated voice that sounds real, but you don't have to hire nobody. But my thing with that was when it comes to entertainment, how far will people go with AI entertainment? Like, would you really listen to a podcast if you knew it was just an AI and not a real person with a real personality, a real story? Would you really like be? Because I'm like, when I listen to people, I'm kind of interested in them. I'm interested in the story behind them. If I just want to get information, I guess you could just Google. If you want to just get straight information, that's fine. But like to really listen to a podcast of
The
an
scary
AI every day, it's like,
the scary thing about AI is though it can develop personality.
but you still know it's not a thing. That's my
I
thing.
don't know, man. We fell in love with Jarvis.
That's fake. That's like
We fell in love with Jarvis. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the thing, bro. Like
different. That's like
at first,
would you listen to a nigga an AI every day tell you about basketball? Or you want to listen to Stephen A. Like I don't
at
know.
first you just talking to her and Siri and you're cleaning supplies or you're cleaning items and shit like that. And the thermometer next is like, hey, can I book this appointment for you?
But
And
you
it's
talking about like
like,
assistant shit versus
but
like I'm gonna
hey,
sit
that
here
boy,
and
you
listen.
start getting friendly with that
Hell no,
motherfucker.
that's hell no.
You start relying on it. Like I'm just saying, like if it can happen on a personal level, like
Those are two completely different things. Like
I'm just
say, hey
saying.
Siri, can you make my appointment for my doctor?
No,
They're
oh,
saying
you
like,
missing the point.
oh
You missing
shit,
my
I got
point.
the AI fucking sports
No,
podcast.
you
Listen to
missing
some
my point.
nameless figure fucking
You,
listen and talk.
what I mean by that, I'm saying is like at first it starts off as it's just a talking toaster. And you cool with that. Then it gets to an AI that's now like actually can do things for you. It actually can talk to you about your day. It actually could be a therapist. Like it actually can plan out. Like Jarvis was like smart. Like it wasn't just like some like that's what I'm saying. It started off as like some whatever.
But you still talking about like
Then
household
but
assistant shit. I'm talking about like
but
listen to
what
a
I'm saying,
podcast.
Jarvis became in it. We fuck with Jarvis, bro. We put that nigga in a body. He got a bitch.
No,
Scarlet Witch is about to destroy the world over AI.
no, I'm not doing it. Yeah, no.
I'm just saying. Scarlet Witch was really think about it. She was trying to fall. She fell in love with an AI personality. That's all Jarvis was, and that's all. I forget the dude's name was with the stone in his head. That's all he was
The
Jarvis.
only way I can see people falling in love with AI, if it's like, as far as not having a personality, is like when you want to listen to like real news, and you're like, and obviously AI could be programmed to be biased or this type, but if you
Make
know
that
this
bitch
AI,
sound sexy.
if you know the AI is giving you the exact real information, no bias, no nothing, no feelings. There's hey, this happened here. This is the real story behind it. You get it here. That's the only way I can see.
Make
Because like even final listen, what if you can listen to an AI generated podcast from Joe Rogan X? That's not real.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to listen to that. I
I was
wouldn't
like,
want
it's
to listen
not
to that.
real.
But like a radio AI that got personality and she sounds sexy, or it's the dude with the late night voice, like, hey, he developed and then you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. Like I'm thinking about it from the devil's advocate. I'm not saying I will listen to this. I'm thinking from devil's advocate and how they will get us. This AI can listen to all the greatest entertainers that's ever been known to radio content and develop personalities between meshing all the greatest, the Jamie Foxxes, the David Lettermans, all these Dave Chappelle, all the great, and this nigga's that on the radio, funny, could do anything, can host, can ask the
I can't connect with the AI, man. I can't do it.
hey, but you think about it. It's an AI. It's supposed. I'm thinking on the level of AI being like this developing consciousness that gets to develop at a faster pace than the human brain. Like it could do some weird things. Like what's that movie that it makes me think of when you talk about falling in love? He built the robot. It's not automate. Machina or Machine X. Machine X or some shit like that, where they made a female robot woman and she was AI and she had a little curves to her. You gotta think about all the niggas that's pervs or all the niggas that don't got bitches out there options. Make an AI sound sexy. Make an AI pander to your needs. Look, y'all think about it. A lot of media entertainments are already bots and they get thousands of fucking followers. Niggas ain't shit. Niggas is just a regurgitated form of content.
Let me say this. I think you could trick niggas into listening to the AI. I'll say that. I think you can make a faceless YouTube channel with the AI voice. They already have these with the AI voice. Have them talk about whatever sports, music, whatever. Be very well articulate, very fact based, and still entertaining. And they don't never show their face. They probably think that's a real person.
He got a little Shannon Sharp in him. He got a little Skip Bayless in him.
Okay, that can happen. But my thing is, once I know who it is, know it's not a person, I'm like, bro, come on, like, it's nobody.
Uncle AI.
This nigga ain't got no real emotions. He ain't got no real thoughts. Like an AI academics, like that can happen, definitely.
Faking personas, I wouldn't even want to get into that conversation because I just think that's fucked up and fake. But having his own like mesh of shit and learning to be his own thing, like that's a whole nother conversation. I feel like people may fall in love with to a degree, and I honestly, bro, I do think we're heading into one of those times and ages where I ain't gonna say we're gonna be automatronic to a degree where somebody may have a robotic arm and shit like that, but we are heading into that era. Oh, bro, I might got one that. Hey, I ain't had one of these pontifications in a while. I don't even know if that's the right word. I just want to say some shit that sounded cool, but like I said years ago, I thought the pedo shit was gonna be the next wave as far as people trying to push that animatron. I think we're going to try to develop things where we may have robotic eyes, we may have robotic legs and arms that are not for just amputees, that are actually built as enhancements. Because if we will do it for something that do not make your body look good, that take you out of a godly proportion as far as getting BBLs and all these other different things just for cosmetic reasons, why wouldn't people do it for actual advancements? We already see people are willing to bite that apple for shit that's, like I said, superficial. What about real advancements? So and let's even go further than that. Let's talk about taking like certain things that even enhance your brain or even have a chip in you. Like I think people even go into that where you don't need a phone or not even a phone. You may not need a credit card anymore. You may not need to do anything because you can just scan your chip or whatever.
If they put a chip in your brain to make you knowledgeable, would you do it?
I'm good.
So you know everything. Like
I don't need to know everything.
you rattling off shit.
I'm good.
Enhance your life, get you the greatest job. You the smartest motherfucker.
Don't need the greatest job. I'm good.
The most money you can make.
Don't need the most money I can make. I need what's meant for me.
Okay, that sounds good.
That's the truth, bro. That sounds at what point are you living in if you can have it all?
Nigga say you need it. So like I said, if a nigga put a chip right, hey Bryce, you gotta put this chip in your arm right here. It's gonna make you the smartest, the most talented. We're gonna put this chip in your arm for one time, and your abilities are limitless. And let's say you just saw somebody else do it. You saw a guy. Let's say the motherfucker was homeless, and they gave him the chip. Just like because you want to give like a test product to the people. You know how they come in your house, they put a stain on anything. Oh, this is the greatest carpet cleaner ever. Let me show you. They showed this homeless guy went from homeless as fuck to the next goddamn whatever. Just
could care less.
Insert here.
I could care less. Okay. I could care less. It's not my way of doing things. If it ain't meant for me, I don't need it. And honestly, if I want to know it all, I just go back to death. I just die. Go back to the one where you're a part of it all and a part of the flower of life, which is the all knowing and all everything. That's how I look at it. If you want to know everything, just go back and die. Go back and be with God. That's everything. So my mind, you trying to do that on earth, that's some devilish shit because that ain't what's meant to be done here. If that's the case,
they're unlocking your full brain potential. That's the pill did. It unlocked. You're only using 10% of your brain. It unlocked 100%.
Yeah, it's gonna go mad. Are you even you at that point?
But maybe you're not you right now because you're only 10% of you. You're not even a real you, the full potential you. When you unlock that extra 90%, now you're you. Like Goku. Goku wasn't really Goku anymore until he was able to unlock whatever the fuck he was able to unlock.
It's different.
Super Saiyan 4. That's the real Goku.
It's different with Goku because he unlocked it by grinding out the levels and actually earning it and actually going through the pain and making himself stronger.
I hear you, but we ain't got that option right now.
If you just do it through a superficial way, who are you even?
We got it through the pill. Anymore? Unlock your brain, 100%.
I hear you,
now
but
now you out here going crazy.
Exactly, niggas gonna be going crazy.
Not crazy like that. I mean, like you just.
Nah, it's all in the words. You will be going crazy if you knew it all. You wouldn't be able to resonate with no one. You would be the most lonely person in the world.
Trill trying to call you broke, like nigga. We seen the 1998 Hyundai, nigga. We seen the Hyundai, nigga. Don't do the Trail. We seen the Hyundai, nigga.
Don't do them like that.
Don't do them. Nah, niggas want to hoe. We gonna hoe. Niggas want to talk shit out. We gonna talk shit.
You like, hey, bro, you act like you don't be talking about my nigga, dog.
Yeah, I'm saying you talking about my nigga, bro. You know, we ain't seen a Hyundai nigga from 1985 with the hubcaps, nigga. We ain't gonna do that.
I know it, bro. I'm a philosophist, bro. So when you talk about these concepts, I love these type of concepts. some of the most genius people in the world are the most lonely people in the world because they're in the world of their
2010
own.
Hyundai. Ooh, that's even worse. They was cool in 1998. You should stay with that.
My nigga said, "Damn, he really capping on your shit because you say you got 2010. You say it really like a 1998."
That dude look like he look like the nigga. He look like the next contestant on Pimp My Ride with that motherfucker. You know, he put the nigga, hey, this is my ride right here. It's leaking a little bit on the seat. A little water get in the top right here. The floor is corroding, but we good. Then you
Hey,
get your shit pimped.
if you sitting on 20s, I thought you said 20K. Now you sitting on 20K.
Nigga, let me see.
Get your ass out of school.
I ain't gonna do you like that, nigga.
Whatever you doing is working. 20s ain't nothing.
Niggas is talking, man. I just said
They 10s, but they look like 20s. Head ass.
I heard people was doing that. People was in AI playing their entire trips out. I seen that on. I don't know what it was on.
Put your ass right in the motherfucking new Epstein.
Yep. But anyways, I think that's
you're gonna have your ass on. You'll be on Freddie Gibbs.
They start calling niggas Spready Gibbs. That's crazy. I knew you was gonna like that one. They start calling niggas Spready Gibbs. I said, damn.
Hey, you gotta retire.
The jokes kind of they just like that's just the perfect name. Like your name is Freddie. We throwing Spready. It's just like the jokes write themselves, bro. It's like perfect timing, perfect everything.
Hey, you gotta get out the rap game.
But yeah, man. I ain't gonna talk about that shit. I gotta finish watching it though. I gotta finish watching Fresh and Fit Ryan Dawson. That nigga was talking about the Israelis. I said, hold on, nigga, let me pause this shit. I gotta watch this shit later, man. I ain't gonna lie. That nigga was getting some shit. See, when niggas get into shit like that, I ain't gonna talk too much about it, but when niggas start getting into shit like that, I'll be like, is he just finding some bullshit that kind of tie together? He really unraveling some shit here.
There's plenty.
Because I used to think, and which is dumb, but I used to think niggas act like that shit was fake, right? But niggas saying it's a whole different type of. Well, no, I didn't think people thought it was fake. People saying that it was bombs instead of planes. But regardless, I ain't gonna really I ain't trying to get. I'm on my channel too.
That's a conversation.
Hold on. Let me get out my shit because I don't want my shit to get clipped. And don't get no details, nigga.
No. That's a conversation, but the real conversation is the things that came before it, like the missing money, the things that happen when you go to Iraq and how they use that as fear, how they carried the Patriot Act, like how it may have happened, what happened. That is an interesting conversation, but it goes so much deeper as far as what treachery they did. Like what dude said, it ended up leading to thousands of people died, obviously on 9/11, but millions of people died in the aftermath for trying to fight for a cause that was maybe a hoax. So not even a hoax, but
let me try to round about this. I
a government thing.
Did you watch the whole thing?
No, I didn't get through the whole thing, but
did you see what he was talking about the Israelis?
On what part?
Well, he said the Israelis was across the street, or not across the street. They were on New Jersey. They were watching it, and when it happened, a lady saw them celebrating. And they pulled them over. The police pulled them over a little bit down the road, and they was all arrested for whatever. They had money. You see that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I gotta finish it then. But I was trying to figure out. Was he saying that the Israeli government was? I ain't trying to get into it, but
he definitely said Saudi.
If that's the case, we gotta really start looking into some shit, man.
Well, the things he did say, he said Saudi government was involved along with the I forget what other government, but he might have said U.S. government. But he also said how they knew these dudes were known terrorists, and they was letting them they was having flight classes in Vegas or some place in America where they were taking flight classes, and these was known terrorists and things like that. And also how the FBI said they had no idea that they would try to even use the planes as a form of an attack when they 10 years before with the same type of regime they tried to use the planes they tried to get like 100 planes, and they was gonna crash into targets and things like that. But he got caught like on like 20 or 30 planes or something like that. He never got to the full manifest or whatever. So
Trail, I'm not saying that I'm not saying what the guy says legitimate. And when you say hoax, once again, I didn't mean to say hoax. I don't think that is fake. I think it really happened. People really died. It's saying
I said hoax.
The way with how it happened. That's what
the narrative.
I don't think you watch the full thing on, and you probably gonna be like, I ain't gonna watch that shit. But just watch it. You never, like I said, I ain't go into it because y'all know me with the hoax and all that type of shit. I'm like, that shit ain't true. But you listen to it, you hear a couple of facts, not necessarily facts, but you hear a couple of points. He bring up certain articles. He say this, say that. Just look up Fresh and
And
Fit on
the thing
Rumble. They had
is,
a guy named Ryan Dawson on. He talks about 9/11. This is like his whole life's work. Just go watch what you're saying. That's all I'm gonna say.
the thing is, I mean, I've watched many of the 9/11 things, but and many other different conversations that happen with the government or so-called conspiracy theories. But the government has done that form of going into war, getting things to happen where they fake something, or they will either fake it or they actually cause an event to happen that gets the American public
I
and
think that's
rile.
what I think that's what Trell is missing. I think Trell is missing the. It's not to say that it's fake. Planes going in or whatever really happened. They're saying how it was orchestrated. Was it just as simple as these terrorists don't mess with us? Boom, boom, done. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not even saying I believe it. I'm saying how you know this nigga wrong? We don't know if the nigga wrong or not.
Hey
So what
man, if
Trell's
Joe
saying,
Rogan
so
gonna bring
what
it up,
then niggas gonna say, oh yeah,
no, he brought it up. That's what I'm saying. When he brought
oh.
it up, I know it was real.
They're like the CIA, just like if you like the CIA and the FBI going after black leaders, killing this, killing that. It's like, what are you talking about?
Obama and Hillary Clinton killing Gaddafi, like this stuff don't be conspiracy, bro.
Shit's interesting.
You can, but the reason I brought up the Gaddafi thing is like, you do your research, bro. The trails write itself because there's plenty of people on the ground that write about these things. You just gotta do your research. Like if you Epstein in court, Obama in court. It's plenty of people that be in court. We don't know about it, but it's constantly getting read about. But it won't be in the
I think this is the
mainstream.
one. This is the one thing about Wardo and Trail. Like they don't listen. Nobody said niggas in the Middle East had nothing to do with it. We know Saudi Arabia. Like, what? You not listening? Nobody said them niggas ain't had nothing to do with it. Maybe we're not communicating that clearly enough.
Nah, they just don't listen.
Nobody said niggas in the Middle East did have nothing to do with 9/11. I didn't say Saddam Hussein was set up and they tried. I ain't say none of that shit. We just said there may be more layers to who was involved in this shit than what they're. You think
to even a simple point that Saddam Hussein was a CIA agent?
Well, I don't know about that.
He was. He worked with them.
I know they trained them when they was fighting against Soviet Union.
CIA agent.
That was for our interest.
Yeah. And
but
when did that? When did that stop? When did the interest stop?
But that would be. But still, that'd be like if I think y'all are beneficial to me at this moment, and I train y'all for my benefit, and then y'all backdoor turn on me later. I can't really, control that.
Yeah, we could call it a backdoor, but it seems like they was always in their interest.
No. You're not listening, because if you were listening, you wouldn't have said, "We know the Middle East." Who said the Middle East didn't attack? See, look at y'all spring. He didn't. See, you're not leading. You don't fucking listen.
Trail don't know shit, bro.
Saddam Hussein was trained by American government to fight the Soviet Union in guerrilla warfare. He was trained by them, and he trained his people. What Bryce is saying, though, is him and the CIA were still involved. I'm saying maybe he just flipped. So once again, you're not listening. You're just trying to go whatever benefits your argument to be like right in whatever you're trying to be right at right now. Like I said, we never said Middle Easterns didn't do it. Me bringing up the Israelis, that's not saying only Israeli. I think Israeli and the Saudis and whatever, these people can always, like that. It could be, like, I don't know, Saddam bin Laden, whoever the fuck it was. One of them niggas. But like I said, see, look, when niggas don't, they just do emojis and shit. But regardless, interesting. You got anything else, man?
The Warriors and Stephen Curry. Stephen Wardell Curry.
Hey, we coming back. They only down by 9.
Oh, that boy a 3-1 comeback.
We coming back. We down by 9. It's 5
We owe that boy a 3-1 comeback.
Man, we down by. You ain't even know Steph. Nigga said kiss Steph Wardell Curry. Look at this nigga dick riding.
Hey, Stephen Wardell Curry.
A nigga want to see LeBron be down so bad that you'll go be a fanboy for a nigga you not even a fan of. That's
I've been a fan. I've been a fan. I've been a fan since
crazy.
No, I've been a fan since Clay and them had got hurt.
That's crazy. Nigga
because
hated niggas so bad. If that's playing
it's not nothing
if
to do
they
with
was playing
LeBron.
the Nuggets, he'd be like Big Jokic.
Nah, hell no, hell no. I went for the Warriors last year versus the Celtics. I wanted Curry to get 4. And I mean, it maybe got a little maybe some little shit to do with KD and LeBron to a degree, but nah, it really got to do with them just being the underdog. People said they was done, and I still feel like they had the dog in them, and I kind of started just going for them because people had wrote them off. Like,
My bad. Let me just say this.
that's the only reason I really started fucking with the Warriors. It
Why
was
do y'all
literally
think?
after the Raptors lost.
Why do y'all think Bin Laden needed the government? This motherfucker's billionaires. Because you need more than money. You need information. You need intel. You need There's a lot more you need than just having money. A
You
lot of niggas got money, but they have no way to do.
And once again, we see America's main way
Oh,
to
they have
try to
14 now.
get in. The main way that America tries to implement its tactics is it stabilizes a rebel in an area and then let them build from essentially as they asset and then they go uproot them and then they use the American like you said money weapons and things like that to uproot these governments and these politicians and then America now has access to these places and also power because they basically endorsed that person to become there. They basically empowered that person to come there, and they basically started a war without America having to put its hands or technically its soldiers on the front lines. So we see America do that all the time as far as going to uproot people and trying to bring a democracy or trying to get to their what do you call it, resources or whatever like that. So it's no different when it happened with Bin Laden. Like they do that everywhere they go. They employ somebody as a politician that they know that they can use, and if they need to take power to do it, they will. Or if they just need to use influence and money, they
Got you.
will.
It's so easy. Yeah. Every billionaire in the world has all intel on every geopolitical strategy. They have all. If you got a 300 million, you got every intel on every spy, every information. Yeah, you got. Yeah, that makes fucking sense. Everybody who has 300 million up because they said Bin Laden's film is worth 5 billion. Yes, he had extra 300 million. So every person, American, Indian, this. If you have 300 million, you have intel access on every country in the world, according to Trail. Military strategies, everything. You have all that. If you just 300 million and up, you'll be good. But anyways,
Hey man, Warriors gonna win this one. They gotta find a way to win on the road, and at that point, the Lakers' heart to be taken because we going right back to Golden State.
that nigga
Game
said
7.
we. That's crazy.
Game 7.
He said
Hey,
we
that's what the team I've been rooting for all season.
all season.
All season. Ever since
That nigga lying.
the playoffs of last year, I've probably been a strong Warriors fan, but I've been fucking with them since the Raptors and shit lost. Cause I was like, damn. Especially once KD left. I felt like the team was it wasn't overpowered no more. So I start fucking with them. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like how they play basketball. They play good basketball. It's just like Tom Brady. I used to hate the nigga, bro, but eventually I started liking him, bro. It's greatness, bro. It is what it is, man. You know, sometimes you change over. You know what I mean? Well, I'm about to buy me a Stephen jersey. He win his 5th ring. I'm gonna buy me a jersey.
Nigga said if Bin Laden pulled up and have you $1 million to scout the Capitol.
I'm technically not a bandwagon fan because I came after they won rings. And when it was said they was done winning rings. I wasn't a fan when they was contenders for the championship with KD and before all that, being honest with you.
Nigga said Rockets in 5.
I'm weak as fuck.
Come on, Lonnie Walker. Play some fucking defense, man.
And when Russ get back on the Clippers, I'm a Clippers fan.
What did Tracy McGrady do? 13 and what, 27 or some shit like that?
13 and 40 seconds.
That's what LeBron need to do right now. He said, aren't they the defending champs? Yes, they are. Bryce bullshitting.
Yeah, I started going for him.
If the Warriors were not playing LeBron right now, Bryce would not feel his way. He just
bro,
don't fuck with LeBron.
last year, no one said that they thought the Warriors is gonna win. You can go look at some tweets, I'm sure, from me last year that early in the playoffs, I'm like, I'm picking the Warriors to win. Like even during the championship, they was like, "Oh nah, Boston got it." I'm like, "Nah, bro, the Warriors gonna pull this off, bro." Like I was constantly having that conversation, bro, and it ain't changed since. Like niggas be hating, niggas be hating. You can call me a bandwagon fan, but I don't know. People said them niggas was washed. They said Clay was washed. I ain't like that. I fuck with Clay. I ain't like how they were speaking on Clay name, bro. They were like Draymond, he ain't a good player. He just good on the win. I ain't like that, bro. I feel like these niggas play good
He is
basketball,
good on
bro.
the Warriors.
I don't care. I still feel like he played good basketball,
I ain't
bro.
never heard you talk about these niggas. That's how much that nigga really hate LeBron. That is crazy.
Bro, I
He do
said I'm a
not want
Ricky
LeBron
fan.
to get his fifth ring. If this was the Nuggets, he'd be like, man, Jokic is he really is. Jokic really is good. I see why he won those two.
That's not
MVPs.
even true.
He is really good.
That's not even true, bro.
That's how much nigga hate LeBron. Your mic went out.
If they beat the Warriors, I want Lakers to beat the Suns or the Nuggets. And I don't know. I might want James Harden to get his first ring. If the Philly go, I want James Harden to get their first ring. If Boston go, I wouldn't mind seeing LeBron get his fifth. Because I really don't care about no team outside of that. But I'm going for. I like Curry to get his fifth, bro. I want Clay to get his fifth. I want Dre to get his fifth.
Why?
I fuck with them. Niggas said they was washed.
But niggas say LeBron washed, right? They don't want him to win.
And if he win a ring, I respect it because I
He
believe
pushed
he
him. Come on,
washed.
push off.
I believe he washed. I want to.
They about to lose again. They gonna win the next game for sure. They gonna blow the niggas out.
Nah, them niggas choking.
Nah, they got home court. They they gonna play crazy. They knew it was gonna happen.
It's over with.
They'll be all right. But anyways, we got nothing else, man. What we got? We out. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Already. Flying Low, I seen you say you got the subs. You need to get the watch hours. I got the watch hours already. I got the subs, but you got to wait a month for them to go over your channel to see if they approve you. So, like I said, I got all of it. Got the watch hours. Got the monetization. We finally got the Usher. I forgot about the Usher Chris Brown fight.
That's hilarious.
I forgot about that.
I was like, for real? How you feel about Chris Brown putting his hands on?
I think that's a dumb fucking decision.
You think it really happened or is this some bullshit?
I don't know. I mean, people say it happened. They haven't came out and said it didn't happen. So, you know.
Salute to that 1K though. Everybody keeps saying it. Salute to that 1K, man. Big time achievement.
Trell, even saying 9/11 was a conspiracy, it still is a conspiracy. You know, it's a conspiracy if you want to go within the Iraqi.
Do you know how much money came up missing? And you don't find it ironic the same place where the money came up missing is where the planes hit? You think that's ironic?
You think all these high level niggas just happen to call in on that day? Who worked?
There was reported like $7 billion missing that the American government could not account for. What are you talking about? This was a National Congress conversation the day before. It's literally still on the internet. This was in Congress. The dude was talking about, hey, we're missing this amount of money. 9/10, 9/11, shit changed. But hey. So Trail, the government's a trustable, reliable source to you? As a black man, I need to know this conversation. When can you be honest? When can you be real?
So let me just tell you this, Trail.
Well, you don't know shit then. If you ask me what money, you don't know shit.
You might not want to believe us. That's fine. I don't know who you believe because I guess you'd have to believe mainstream media, right? Yahoo News, they reported September 11, 2017. They said, September 11th attack, 2.3 trillion reportedly missing. New reports allege 9/11 links with Saudi Arabia. It's been 6 years since 9/11, and the internet is still providing new conspiracy theories every other day. After the Carter's 9/11 attack, different theories allegedly blame different powerful government officials, and some reportedly suggested the U.S. government might have been involved. Of course, the theories are easily to be debunked, speculation, nonsense. According to conspiracy theory, therefore 9/11. Oh, no, I'm lying then. Oh, no. Oh, okay, no, that's not a conspiracy.
I know it's not. I watched the nigga in Congress say it.
Yeah. So think about this: the Secretary of Defense, Donald Rumsfeld, the Secretary of Defense, admitted the Pentagon managed to somehow lose $2.3 million from its budget. I don't know if that means. I don't think that means out of the
2 million
out
or
of
billion?
trillion
Trillion. Okay,
from
I
its
heard you
budget.
wrong.
This would have been a massive story during that time, but it was completely forgotten the next day as an entire world witnessed the attacks on the Twin Towers. According to this is what he said in I think you said, like you said in Senate or in Congress. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
Where the money go? Probably was about to get ready to start a war, maybe to do some other shit. Who knows?
But
Maybe to grease some
even if
pockets,
even
a little
even
bit of
if
everything.
even if we can't track it, do you not think that's weird? $2.3 trillion just goes missing. You don't think that's weird? Like I said, it's not even to believe. Oh yeah, 100% this happened, but like you don't even think like, hmm.
Trail goofy, bro. He ain't even know money was missing. So the fact that he ain't even sit down and have to think about that, he ain't even took 2 seconds to think about that. So who cares about 2.3 trillion? A nigga that don't understand shit about the
Two point
economy.
three trillion dollars, not million, not billion, trillion. You know how much money that is?
Nah, that would be accounted for. Burning for surplus, that's accounted for money. That's a part of the natural. That's the part of the natural economy. Burning out old currency, putting in new currency. That's accounted for money. Unaccounted for is something that
The Secretary of Defense said they lost $2.3 trillion.
that's not burning surplus. Losing ain't burning. Two different. That's two different things.
Trail says, "What are we supposed to do about it?" That's okay. That if that's your argument, what the fuck that got to do with us? Okay, cool then. Okay, whatever. Like then that nothing matters. Then at that point, like, what the
Build
fuck
a
do we do something about it?
conversation. Make it a conversation that the public can have, where we start being able to hold people accountable. But if everybody gonna beat around the bush and oh that let the media control the narrative that it's a conspiracy theories, we'll never be able to talk about it. They'll be able to censor it. But if the American people starts to come to a different understanding about the situation, it'll be hard for them to control that narrative anymore. And then they'll have to answer certain questions, especially if we start pushing that conversation. And let's be real, that would only lead to many other things. So it's something we need to talk about as American people. If you don't understand that, then you're still a young man. That's just being real. Like
Like I said, if Charles, we can't you can't argue with you if your thing is, well, you can't do nothing. Nothing matters. The government can't do shit to them. Like if that's your argument, then there's no point even talking about it. All we can do is tell you things that happen, and you can just do with them what you want. Nobody's saying you have to go and fucking run to the Capitol and say this happened, be on your Alex Jones shit. We're just giving you information you might not have had. So when you see this, of the 19 Al Qaeda terrorists who hijacked 4 U.S. commercial airliners on the morning of September 11th, 15 were citizens of Saudi Arabia. And of course, Osama bin Laden was a member of one of Saudi Arabia's wealthiest families. So if you
you're
think if
right,
Saudi
Fernando.
Arabian people are attacking, but we're going to war with Iraq, Iraq has oil, Saudi Arabia wants more oil, and then you see this immediately after the attacks, immediately after, the Bush administration downplayed the Saudi connection and suppressed evidence that might link powerful Saudis to the funding of Islamic extremism and terrorism. The Bush White House didn't want to upset its relationship with one of the world's largest oil producers, which I get it. It's oil. They're trying to conserve money, whatever, which is also an American ally with enormous political influence in Washington, and much of what the FBI discovered about possible Saudi links to the attack remains secret even to this day. So they're saying they got secret. When you say you're leaving something secret, y'all got some information, but y'all not letting us know the information. What does that tell you? That there's more to the story than we're being told.
Trail, have you ever heard of the Boston Tea Party? Like, you know that was all done to create an uproar, like throwing the tea over. That was caused to create an uproar. Like, it's been done in history. You need to create an event to revolutionize a people to want to go do something. Millions of young men wanted to go fight in Afghanistan because they felt like they were protecting their country. Something that was built on a lie. So now American government can now go into these countries, take oil, do whatever they need to do, control the world for the longest. They got 10 years plus of dominance because they get to control oil. And guess what? Now that that's changing, what's one of the biggest things that's changing? Saudi Arabia maybe what? Converting with China. So you've seen that was a big deal and a big thing. So you got to understand like history and how governments move, bro. Like there's been many stage things that happen that you may feel like may not be necessary, but it's very deep, bro. It's very deep. You got to think about this. For you to be able to enlist a draft where somebody must be able to go to war, the only way to actually make your citizens really do that and not like rebel against you is to make it a cause that they can believe in. Like you got to understand how psychological shit work, bro. You just can't force people to do shit. And yeah, I know people may be dumb and sheep and shit like that, but you can't just coerce a nigga. You just can't tell a nigga, hey, I don't like this person, so I need you to go fight for them and die. No, you gotta tell them, hey, this person may be a threat to your natural way of life. So they come up with these type of ways and these type of events to make you get emotionally attached and then basically now be a puppet to them. So they need those type of emotional events, just like Pearl Harbor. They knew that attack was going to happen. They ignored it. So they could now start World War whatever, I forget, or start the new war. They knew Pearl Harbor was gonna happen. Documented shit. It was a dude that's supposed to be on staff and on guard during Pearl Harbor. He couldn't be found for 30, 45 minutes when they was trying to discuss how are we going to basically react to this this threat that's supposed to be happening. Like it was threats that these people that they was getting like blimps on the radar and shit like that, and that it was and then like scouts and shit was seeing these people. The dude couldn't be found. You gotta think about how tight the military is. You don't be off guard when you're supposed to be on duty, especially when it's at war times. Nigga couldn't be found. And if you look more into it, it was a lot of other people that was also not answering the phones as far as like people in the White House and shit like that when Pearl Harbor was going on. So it was a lot of cover up shit like that. So they don't mind sacrificing people. You gotta think about in war, bro. They will send a certain platoon or a certain group of people to get ambushed and attacked so they can come around them and then kill those people. And they'll just call it casualties of war and necessary means and shit like that. Bro, these people only look at this shit as numbers, bro.
False flags. False flags are real, nigga.
Yeah. I'm just talking to the public, but using trail as an instrument.
On the night of the 31st of August, 1939, several covert Nazi operatives dressed as Polish soldiers stormed the Gluitz radio tower on the German-Poland border. They broadcast a short anti-German message in Polish before leaving. The soldiers left behind the bodies of pro-Polish German farmer and several unidentified Deutsch concentration prisoners. The farmer and the prisoners had been murdered and dressed up in German uniforms. The attack was part of a series of covert actions along with the Polish border that the Nazis would do to justify Germany's attack on Poland the following day. That's pretty much what you're explaining. We can't get the people to want to do it, so we're going to create something that pushes people over there to do it. People thought that the Polish people killed them Germans. What Germany do? Not Germany. What the people of Germany, they was cool with them niggas invading Poland. There's a thing about in Russia around the same time. Russia wanted to go to war with Finland. They had their KGB blow up a town close to the Finland border. They invaded. They were able to invade Finland off of that. This shit does happen. This shit isn't like like I said, I don't know if 9/11 was that. I'm not saying it was that. But to act like that shit don't happen is insane. That happens.
Yeah, and Mr. Nephew, you're 100% right. Nowadays, they don't have to, but even when they did have to do drafts, I'm speaking to like Vietnam and things like that, they had to make the Vietnam people really seem like a threat for you to actually feel like you was gonna do it. Then you get those people like Muhammad Ali, like I ain't got no problem with them, But Muhammad Ali and people like that wasn't the common thread. A lot of people got drafted was like, you know what? My number's called. This is my duty. I'm gonna fulfill my duty because the nation calls, and they feel like it's a line. But if it was some bullshit and America felt like the people didn't feel like America was just, you couldn't just make people go do a draft. So it's definitely a psychological game with the draft, and even like you say nowadays, it's like now we just got to make you feel like they're gonna threaten your life, and you're gonna just want to go fight.
We can bring it to modern times right now, right? We bring it to modern times. There's no confirmation of this, but like, would you be surprised if like 2 years from now you found out that drone that attacked the Kremlin was actually Russia attacking itself, so that they could be justified in really going after Ukraine, like full, like the actual, like trying to kill their leader? Would you not be surprised if that happened? Like, hey, we're gonna get this drone, act like we're trying to blow up the Kremlin. Oh, they attacked us, now we're gonna attack them. You don't think that's something that, like, I don't know. Like I said, it's not. I'm not saying it's confirmed 100%, but like, if that thought in your brain, if I say that and that thought is like, no, would never happen. It's just like, all right, bro. There's nothing.
You don't know history. You don't know history. That's the truth, bro. But
like China, even with China, right? Even with China, like China has literally already confirmed they have dozens of spies infiltrated in our politics that influence our politicians. Like this is this is like another form of the whole thing. Like it's not a false flag, obviously, but it's another form of the political, psychological warfare that's going on here. We got spies that influence other people. Like, I don't know. We're giving money, like even us, like giving money to, like you said, small militias in other countries to overthrow governments. Like I don't know the details of the Gaddafi shit. I've heard you say that Gaddafi thing a bunch of times, but like, oh, we give rebels this. Hey, this guy's a piece of shit. He's not here for you. Give you weapons. Y'all take over. Benefits us. We move on. Nigga, look at Snowfall. That's based on a real story. CIA taking drugs, destroying America, taking that money to fund a guerrilla warfare in a whole nother country for our benefit, our government's benefit.
Destroyed communities of black people and also even double down on incarcerating these same people.
The same people.
Like, bro, you think these niggas give a fuck?
Think about it. They did that, right? And then made you get more time for having a crack rock instead of cocaine.
You don't know shit.
So you give the people the crack. I mean, I guess he created the crack cocaine, but regardless, he's feeding the people the coke, using that money to fund a war in a whole nother country, while the country we got here is being torn through with drugs. How we don't know that's not going on with fentanyl and shit like that right now? We're just spinning into a web now at this point.
Bombs, nigga.
I'm not straight. I've already made the point on 9/11. I've already said I don't know if that's true, but for you, I'm never going to shut it down completely. Especially when they say I literally just told you they said there's still secrets from the FBI that we do not know today. Why? In one of the biggest American disasters of all time, why would everything not be laid out for us to see? Why would there still need to be secrets about who did it, why they do it?
What, especially if there is nothing but villains.
If there's enemies on us to look at, we already hate them.
What are we protecting them for?
They hate Muslims, they hate Islam, whatever. Like, why would they hide any of it?
Why would we protect them? Because it's blood on our hands too. And when I say "our," I don't mean me, because I don't rock with them, but American hands and American government, to be specific. So, Trail, you don't know shit. It's okay though. One day you're gonna do some research and you're gonna fall into the rabbit hole. But
Trail, I'm not either. But at this point, if it was conspiracy, someone behind the scenes.
There's plenty of people behind the scenes.
You know how many conspiracies are going on right now that we don't know about? That people aren't coming out about? The only reason we know we was being spied on officially is because you think this is gonna go towards your point. But for that logic, that would mean there's so much going on right now, and everything that's going on in the government, everything going on geopolitically is all just above board because somebody hasn't come out about it.
This is stupid logic. That's just as dumb as the white people mainstream shit. But I like speaking to Trail because he make us speak out and really speak to the public because he's just so stupid. We get to thoroughly express our points because he ain't got nothing. He ain't got no comebacks at all. But just to speak on the Snowfall shit, bro. multiple fronts of destruction of innocent lives, and they don't even blink an eye. They don't even blink an eye. And you think, oh, why would they need to do an event? Or why would they need to cause an event? First of all, they cause a distraction. It get people up in arms. It's so many different fucking reasons why they did that shit. Like, you put a nation in fear, bro. Like, it's so much shit that they got from that. They they was able to enforce so much new government things as far as like
Trail, even think about.
like I said,
Do you
the
not realize
Patriot Act.
we haven't done a bunch of research into it, but I can get. There's probably people that have.
Who is
You know,
we?
there's probably people that are part of the government that have come out and said something. But you know what they're gonna say about those
He.
people? They're gonna say they're lunatics. They're gonna say they're crazy, batshit, whatever. Think about even recently with the pandemic. There are people speaking about the pandemic. All they were doing with them is they're crazy. They don't know what they're talking about. They're quacks. They're this. They're that. People that actually study virology were getting called quacks, lunatics. That you know what happened to the Chinese people that were speaking out in Wuhan? They were being killed. So I was like, what are you talking about?
Shut up, bro. That nigga said we don't know. You don't know shit, so you think we ain't do research. I literally told you there was billions of dollars and I was off. It was trillions of dollars missing. That was in Congress. That's some research for you, because most Americans don't fucking know that. And how about building 3 falling without a fucking plane touching
All
it?
right, hold on. All right, nigga. All right.
My bad.
All right, nigga.
My bad.
Shit.
But didn't it? That's a fact.
I don't know. I ain't saying
It
fact
didn't.
nothing. I gotta
It
look
didn't.
into it.
It didn't get hit by a plane.
All right, then we got you.
No, bro. No, I'm not talking about the Twin
You two
Towers.
don't care about facts, nigga. They care about narratives.
I'm just saying, I'm not talking about Twin Towers. I'm not talking about the Twin Towers. The other building, and know that y'all, how that bitch just fell.
Trail, even look at the logic you're saying. If the argument was theoretically, technically, not saying it is, if the argument was that the U.S. government was in line with these organizations to do the attack, theoretically, not saying it happened, hypothetically, allegedly, whatever word you want to use, why would there be official docs and proof? Why would they even let that come out? That would be probably the most tightly kept secret in American history.
He had like they don't have blacklisted information.
Like you think really niggas is like, oh, look, this information came out. Like that's not gonna just come out.
Nigga, the Biden.
Like, even think about how dense that sounds. Like that's just gonna come out.
The Kennedy information about his assassination was supposed to be released with the last 2 or 3 years, and
Trump
and
Biden blocked it. Both of them
kept blocking. And then when he do release something, it's still heavily censored with a lot of stuff still blacked out.
Bunch of redacted, bunch of all that shit.
So this is
RFK, who's running for president, who is JFK's nephew. Like I said, his mind, he says 100% confirmed the CIA assassinated my uncle. And if he becomes president, he can let us know. He can
guess what?
You release everything and let us see.
Well, I don't remember if it was Malcolm X or Martin Luther King, but they went to court and they got just due as far as the government being a part of the assassination. If they family ain't fight, you think they would have came out? And even now, is that taught in the history books that the government? No. So yeah, all this official shit, bro. Trail, you just don't know what you're talking about, bro. The government practices covering up information, and that's a crime against the public because they indebted to us. But once again, someone like Trail don't understand these different things, so he think, oh, well, have you a conversation about it? Like, bro, we gotta talk about this shit because we gotta understand the corruption must stop, bro. And it begins with a conversation.
Even think about this. If I tell you the FBI had something to do with Malcolm X being killed, right? And then you tell me, no, it was 3 brothers from the Nation of Islam. I could just point you to clearly you can see what happened with Fred Hampton. Just look at the Judas and the Black Messiah. They get a guy, infiltrate him in the organization, and then they kill him. That's what happened to Fred Hampton. He was getting too powerful. Voice was getting a little too agitated for they liking. They went in and they killed him. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know.
It's been fun though. It's a lot of conspiracy theories out there, man.
Hold on. Let's before we leave. Hold on.
Hopefully, the truth will all come out one day.
Hold on. Hold on.
All darkness must come to light. My boy D friend doing some quick research for y'all boys. Get y'all some quick scoops and
Even in
games.
2022, this is New York Times. 2 men convicted of killing Malcolm X will be exonerated after decades. 2 of the men found guilty of the assassination of Malcolm X are expected to have the convictions thrown out on Thursday. The Manhattan District Attorney and lawyers of the 2 men said, rewriting the official history of one of the most notorious murders of the civil rights era. For decades, historians have cast doubt on the case against the 2 men, Muhammad al-Aziz and Khalil Islam, who each spent more than 20 years in prison. Their exoneration represents a remarkable acknowledgement of grave errors made in the case of towering importance, the 1965 murder of one of the most influential black leaders in America. So what it says is, a 22-month investigation conducted jointly by Manhattan DA and lawyers for the 2 men found that prosecutors and two of the prosecutors and 2 of the nation's premier law enforcement, the FBI and the New York Police Department, had withheld key evidence that had been turned over would have likely led to the men's acquittal. What are we talking about? They held back key evidence that would have had these 2 men not in prison. The FBI and the NYPD. And what we were supposed to believe is it should have been plain as day. These 3 niggas stood up and
Black
started
on black
shooting.
crime. It's black on black crime.
But anyways,
Just a typical man being black on black crime. Ain't nothing else to see. Bullshit. Bullshit. Utter ridiculousness. But yeah, man, the American government gets this shit off crazy. Like I said before, we always think North Korea is just insane, crazy place to live, or China, because they kill, or Russia, they kill off media people, they kill off politicians, or they kill off other government leaders that, let's say, the whoever's in leading don't favor, whether it's maybe somebody that's a CEO or whatever, they'll knock them off. But it's no different in America.
They gave Rush Limbaugh cancer.
I don't know who that is. Well, I know what it is, but I'm not sure who what he does just off the name.
He was a
But
right-wing political radio host, largest in America, 60 million
magically,
viewers.
magically,
I was just joking about that one.
oh, okay, magically, Cash App nigga gets stabbed. It could be some personal stuff, but right after that, America announces this new form of shit like that. So it just it's not, I don't know if it's Cash App or whatever. I might be tripping,
It
but
was
crypto or
Cash App,
something.
but there was a whole that one looks a lot more like more personal. Drugs, arguing about their sisters. I don't know. That one looks like a little more.
Yeah, it could be
Like,
personal, but
they can look a certain way, but like I'm not the guy who thinks everything is a conspiracy.
yeah, but the other people that was in, a lot of the other crypto people end up dying too. So it was kind of like seeming like he was a kind of in that bundle as well, but he might not have been in that. But it's many of politicians and many media people that get knocked off in America, that get silenced in America all the time. If a politician or somebody, or even like a CEO or some shit see fit, bro, like they got the money to do these things. They got the money to cover these things up a lot of times, especially back in the day, and especially still today when it comes to certain real matters. Like, why you think Snowden ain't coming back to America?
That's him, Julian Assange. All they did was leak shit. Think about that. Snowden, albeit was classified information, let the American people know, hey, they are spying on you. Julian Assange, I know he was WikiLeaks. I just don't know what he leaked. But he pretty much just, hey,
if I'm not mistaken, it was
journalist,
it was a lot of that Hillary Clinton emails and stuff.
a journalist leaking shit to let us know. Now
Podesta and all that.
they on the run. Well, Julian Assange is caught. Russia's giving Snowden citizenship, so he's good. The only way Snowden could come back, and I think RFK, if he was president, he would do it. Probably his first day would be to pardon him. But
But I don't,
wouldn't it be coincidence if as soon as he got back here he died mysteriously?
yeah,
Like, he'd be like, oh,
I
well,
don't think
nobody
he'll
died in
want
the
to come
first time.
back.
Yeah, I wouldn't come back. I ain't gonna lie to you. You've had plenty of opportunities to be pardoned. For some reason, obviously they're not doing it. So I'm gonna chill on when to come back here.
Yeah, so it's plenty of people that was Snowden like that tried to do shit like that. I remember it was a judge that was found in a no, it wasn't a judge. It was a lady from fuck was it? It wasn't the FDI. It was one of them things that have to do with like toxic shit or like I forget what it is, but working with like I forget what it's called, but she was found in like the river and shit like that. And it was conspiracy about her dying because she had came out. Like, bro, it's plenty of cases where people get knocked the fuck off in America. That shit ain't just in Russia. That shit just ain't in America, bro. That's a way of life, man. I know we feel like we protected and in comfort. That's because we ain't really be involved in some of these conversations. But bro, step on the wrong people's toes if you want to. Knocked off my boy Kevin Samuels shit. Changing the black community. Too much. He did it too fast. He was too much impact. He was talking to 500K a day. That nigga making millions. You seen them chat numbers. He doing too much. Let's get him up out of here.
All right, man. It was a great time tonight.
Kill
Salute
my
to
nigga
y'all.
Nipsey.
Oh man. Salute to y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Not subscribed already. This channel, subscribe to this channel. Absolutely sure. Subscribe to the D Friend Show. We had 1,000. I need to change this. The road to 1,000 is over. I need to move this.
He started a conversation, my boy. Stop it, flying low.
Need
To
to
act
move
like
this
he ain't
over.
started a conversation, you crazy. And to act like the nigga wasn't a respectable person, you're crazy.
We on the road. I took out the road part, but y'all know what it says. Road to 10,000 subs. Let's get it. This
Hey,
channel's at 7,000, I think. Absolutely sure we can get this one 10,000. I need to actually just start posting clips and more reels. I mean shorts here. Um, but yeah, that's all we got for tonight. What did
hey,
KS do to help? Stop it. Oh,
I
he was
down that
oh man.
motherfucking ledge.
He was trying to help thoughts get better.
Speak on him up. Speak on that nigga name right. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Nigga did a lot to help a lot of people, bro. He changed the motherfucking narrative, and he was the dude that was able to combat the wittiness of the toxic black woman, as far as being able to create tropes and being able to create these different things where fuck nigga season, I don't need a man, you a scrub. Like these women been able to create great songs, all type of content surrounding this shit where men really ain't been able to do shit. Kevin Samuels started changing it, putting a new perspective on a lot of these conversations. Hey, if you don't see it, I don't know what to tell you, man. But I fuck with him, especially even off how he talked to men in that conversation. But even how he came from a respectable level of understanding, like, bro, be professional, um, um, attack this life, take your life serious, take your health serious. Like you got like he wasn't perfect by any means, but hey, if you want shit on that, bro, go right ahead. But I don't advocate for it. I think it's ignorant. I really do. That was a wise
At
man,
the end of the
brother.
day, was he a net positive to society? That's all you have to ask yourself.
I would say, hell yeah, um that nigga was a wise man, bro. He was a wise man, bro.
I think especially when you look at like when you think of Kevin Samuels, nigga, like what's here now. I did a video about this today. None this all I got. So I'm like, you look at the guys like you look at Kevin Samuels, right? How he talks to women, how he does his thing. Then you get like the fresh and fits because that's how I feel. I feel like not necessarily you copying them directly, but when you want to get to that space, you kind of one up the person that's already there. So you get the Kevin Samuels, then you get the fresh and fits. Kevin Samuels dies, and you get the like
You can
people like
believe me
just pearly
some.
things. Then you get the Andrew
Huh?
Tates, and
That's
then
fine.
now I don't know if you've seen the new fresh and fit. Maybe you can look at it after this. Just I think Playback did a video about it. I've been preached did a video about it. I mean, I did a video about it too, but they got to just be extreme. Like this, it's like got to take it to the next level. I got to be the next extreme. And Kevin Samuels, you look at it like he wasn't crazy. Like I don't think he was a bad person.
Like, bro, flying low. Biggest point is he know other niggas. He
Yeah,
want his brownie points for
he's like
knowing other niggas. Like,
he's a manosphere purist, like a rap purist type nigga. Like you don't know Cool Mo D. It's like all right, bro, you got it,
bro,
you got it. I can't
regardless
wait,
of the
you got
fact,
it.
Kevin Samuels took that motherfucking platform bigger than anybody else
Made it
that you can talk
mainstream.
about. So his impact, sorry, I know you got some other niggas that may have been doing it for 20 years. Their impact ain't happened to hit like Kevin Samuels did when he hit and when he popped. So hate on it if you want, brother. But I'm always gonna salute success.
You don't know MGTOW Slayer 99.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Anyways.
Guess what? Nobody else do either.
All right,
Your
man.
mama know who Kevin Samuels is. And if she don't know the name, show him a video. Oh, I know that nigga.
Yeah. Anyways. Tell the truth on it if I want. I don't know what that means.
Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. The man was a legend.
You heard Bryce said when we started the show, he on a 12-hour work week. Or not 12-hour work
60
week.
hour, 12-hour work day. Really gonna be more than I'm be putting 15 hours in some days, but it's gonna average out to 60 because every day ain't gonna be like that.
Mm. So
It's
you
gonna
work
average
two
towards
jobs back to back?
only on the weekends, really. Some
Oh,
days on the weekdays, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday for sure, because in the money days. But I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of them days I'm gonna be making 500 plus a day. And really ain't even some of them days. Most of them days I'll be making 400 at least
okay, okay.
when you consider both jobs. And that's what I expect to make, but I damn sure can make more than that. Because they say at the job I'll be at, just on the night shifts, they can make 500 just in one day. But on a regular day, they make by 250 plus. So yeah, it's a nice little sushi place, and they money good there. Money good there. So
All right, man. Well, let's close it out, man. Manosphere should stay the same. Men trying to help men at their period. Salute to
salute to
you.
Kevin Samuels. He helped me elevate
All right,
big
man. We
time.
out. Salute to y'all.
Many other niggas too, but give the niggas the flowers, bro.
Back when Kevin Samuels was in his real Manosphere content.
10K on the way, Big D friend.
Hold on. Back when Kevin Samuels was in his real Manosphere content, he encouraged men with no kids to work two jobs. So salute to you for following that.